Album Concept Hour. The Album Concept Hour. It's the Album Concept Hour.
Welcome, everybody, to the Album Concept Hour. I am your host, Brad LeBaron, as I always am, and I am joined by my co-host, John. What's going on, John?
Just hanging out for another week.
Another week, another album. And we got Dave over here. What's going on, Dave?
Hello.
Hey, Dave.
What's
How
up?
you doing? And we have a very special guest. One of Dave's friends is on the podcast. But first, I'm going to introduce our special guest co-host. We have a guest co-host back. Danielle from Canada is back. Welcome to the podcast again. Always love having you on.
Always.
Yeah, and we have Danielle on to help us cover Annie Difranco's "Not a Pretty Girl" from 1995. And it was brought to us by our main guest here, Moses Wolfenstein. Welcome back to the podcast.
It is good to be back.
It's
It's
good
a
to
very
have you.
all-star
It is.
cast tonight.
We got another all-star cast for the podcast
Four
tonight.
gems and Dave.
Yeah, and Dave.
Dave, don't ever discount yourself that way.
That's
bro.
all right. I always do.
Okay, all right. Well, you
Low
whatever,
expectations.
whatever makes you happy, that's what I care about. But
We
yeah,
just get
we
to keep showing up and drinking beer and talking about music, right?
That's what I do.
hell
Cheers.
yeah, 200 more episodes of these. Let's do it.
Goddamn right.
But
Fuck.
Moses, so you brought this one to the table this time. It's the 30th anniversary of this album, and you are our resident Annie Difranco lover in the
Yeah,
chat.
it's a matter of days. This album was released on July 18th of 1995.
Yeah.
And here we are on July 20, what is it, 4th?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the episode should still be dropping within July, so we're making it.
Heck yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
hey, inside of a couple of weeks of album release is going to
Yeah.
be solid no matter how you slice it.
Yeah,
It's
I
not-
mean,
not
it
really.
might be
People
the
looking it up
closest
might
we've
even
gotten.
see it.
Yeah, because like we generally aren't really haven't been good at like
We don't
getting
do it
that close
often.
to the anniversaries.
We've
but
done it. We've done it once or twice.
Yeah. So I'm glad you brought this to the
happens.
table.
Gotten close once or twice, I should
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so oh yeah, right. Before we get into the Ani DeFranco of it all, we got to go through and find out what everyone's been jamming on lately, guys. I think we might have skipped this the last few episodes.
We have.
But we'll go through the group here. I'll start. We'll go to the left here, and then Danielle, then Moses. I don't know.
Oh, why not?
So I just watched Sinners.
Why does it sound like something's jamming through?
Yeah,
There's
there's
music-
some Ani playing in the background
music
here. I don't know what's
playing.
happening.
Is it mine?
I think it might
No?
be.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
we cannot contain
No
her.
worries.
Yeah,
Were
she
you trying
wants
to say how sorry
she wants to get out.
you are
We
about
figured
that?
it-
We'll
we
get that
figured
back.
it out.
That was really
That's the important thing.
yeah. So yeah, I just watched Sinners though. That's kind of the music thing I want to talk about this week. The music, the way it was done. I won't spoil anything because not everyone in the room's seen it, but the way that they cover both the blues and folk music and the origin of those things is really, really cool and interesting. So music fans out there, I know everyone's already told you to watch Sinners, but if you're a fan of like music history and the whole deal with the devil at the crossroads type stuff, like
Off
you're
macho style.
this movie is for you, so that I've had a lot of music league stuff too, but mostly I just want to recommend Sinners for those that have HBO Max. John, what have you been jamming on?
Oh man, not too much. Been at work with a lot of low music profiles these days.
Right,
So
right.
no music.
Mhm.
Good for concentration, but not good for concentration.
Right.
But I've been listening to a lot of 90s music on
Mhm.
my radio station, so that's good.
Yeah.
And a lot of Britney Spears.
Okay. Throwback.
A lot. I mean, it's the 90s stuff,
Yeah. That's peak Britney Spears.
And otherwise, on Netflix they have Son of a Critch, and I recommend that. It's
Son of a
Oh my
one of the
God.
less.
So cool. Sorry,
Yeah.
that Canadian show.
Yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Funny because so that guy that wrote the show, his life is based on.
Yeah. He plays the father, right?
He's been a prominent fixture in Halifax, which is where I live.
Okay.
He worked for 22 minutes, and that's where I do improv, is in the same building. We actually roll on a regular basis.
That's so
Do not
cool.
jump. Don't jump too much because they're recording downstairs and we get yelled at if we're too loud. So it's great because they've been picked up by Netflix, but he's Newfoundland, but
it's a great show.
Yeah, I've only heard good things. I've not watched it yet, but Malcolm McDowell in it.
He plays the grandpa. Yeah, he's his grandpa that he lives with in his room. He's great. The show is great, and it's really underappreciated because it's a Canadian show. It's about Newfoundland. He lives in Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
I'm sorry.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Now I'm not gonna be able to say it right, and I'm gonna look back.
Pronounce the land.
Newfoundland.
Okay, Newfoundland. Okay.
Yeah.
Newfies.
So
there's a lot of great
dogs.
But same with Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
It was this premise that it was a CBC, they picked up the show, and then eventually after several seasons, Netflix picks it up. So that's like the Canadian dream. You get sponsored, not sponsored.
Yeah, the Trailer Park Boys.
I mean, let me tell you, I feel like he did it much faster.
That's the thing is Trailer Park Boys is in my city too. So it's like,
wait, really?
Oh yeah.
That's
really
that's
cool.
fucking cool.
No, and it's like I've been thinking about doing they have casting calls all the time, and I'm
yeah.
My only thing is I don't want to be seen as white trash on TV.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Gotta do what you got to do to get the money.
I suppose.
Sometimes you got to start at the lower end of the,
I know, yeah. It's like
social hierarchy
to get on there. Yeah.
But yeah,
that's
so
rad.
Obviously that is rad.
Yeah.
And that is my high recommendation. A lot of great 80s
nice.
Music on the show as well, because it takes place in 86.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
He's so good. There's literally a line where he it's when me and girlfriend both got hooked into it. Where he's like, oh, I have asthma, but asthma doesn't have me. And he says that it's his first school experience trying to make friends, and it's just
That sounds like a winner.
Yeah. Asthma doesn't have me.
Gonna have to get
Or
I
a
have
good
asthma,
T-shirt.
but asthma doesn't have me.
That's a good mentality.
So straight.
Yeah.
Straight. The kid's great.
Yeah. What about you, Dave? What you jamming on?
So the last week or so, there's an old playlist I made when I used to work at ACD when I was closing. So it would just be me for the last half hour.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. Right.
And I'm like, well, I want to listen to shit that I want, and no one is going to be pissed about or want to turn off. So
It's you. It's
it
just
was
you in the
just
building.
a bunch of my favorite punk bands.
I'm going to go to the
entire
bathroom and finish
discography.
this segment, please.
Oh my God, what are you talking about?
Huh?
That was
I'm gonna go to
great.
the bathroom
I didn't
and
hear
finish this
nothing.
segment, please.
Dave, continue on.
Okay, I got it. It's all right, Brad. So yeah, it was an old album or a playlist with a ton of. It was the full discography of all my favorite punk bands. So it was. I would put it on shuffle every night, and it was like throwing dice against the wall. What's gonna play? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm gonna enjoy it. So
did you also throw dice against the wall back in the day?
Well, I got a half hour, or the last hour. I mean, myself. So why not?
I mean, you got a lot
I'm
of
always
dice
gonna
around
win.
there, right?
The house always wins.
The house always wins.
So it was Screeching Weasel, Queers, Riverdale's, Ramones, Clash, Dillinger 4, Hot Water Music, American Steel, Communique. The list goes on and on and on. I mean, it was 700-800 plus tracks, if not more. But it was great because I would just hit shuffle because when you have that many albums or bands, where do you start? I'm like, I don't know, just shuffle it up, just go nuts. Yeah. And I'd walk in it would and of course, classic me. If you listen to albums or CDs, the whole thing, year song ends oh, I know the next song is their start like this. It does. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. It's just a giant playlist that's just all kerfluffle. So yeah, it was just I just enjoyed having like a little high intensity, a little energy, and just kind of wrapping up a lot of stuff, and then going home instead of being like, oh,
Yeah.
tired. So
I mean, dude, like, listen,
Heck
but that's what you need for a closing playlist. I closed down restaurants for years, man. That's
and not just closing time.
you
on
always
loop.
get you
That's just
always
closing
yeah,
time over and
exactly.
over again.
Exactly. You always get to play what you want when there's no
That's
customer.
fun.
No customers in the store.
I also heard you can't always
You
get what you
cleaning
want.
shit. Like do what you need to motivate yourself, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's what I got. Just it was a giant pile of punk albums and songs.
Hell yeah.
So
Freaking fantastic.
Moses?
Yeah, that would be me. Well, I've listened to this album a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's
You've been
really cool.
messaging
So,
me
uh,
while you've been doing it.
Good God, y'all. Good God. I can't even tell you. So first of all, I decided, well, if I'm going to do this, I better do this right. I've missed like probably 10 of Ani's albums that came out after 2000. And I realized I actually only missed, like, apart from some live stuff, like 4 of them. But I did a re-listen through the whole damn discography.
Oh wow.
Um,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I started
God
with
damn.
that, except that I also have just had Not a Pretty Girl on fucking heavy repeat. I have not gone this hard with an album in a long time.
Mm,
A long time.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Brad, I messaged you. Like, the last album I kind of went this hard with was Sprained Right Ankle by oh shoot, I'm blanking on her name. That's messed up of me.
That's okay. Maybe future Brad can plug it in or something.
Yeah. Future Brad
Yeah.
might just plug it in.
Yeah.
But that was when
If
I
we're
was
good. If we're nice
extraordinarily
to him.
depressed.
Future Brad here to save the day. So Moses was thinking about a couple different things kind of mashed up. He was thinking about the Decemberist song Red Right Ankle when he said that. But what he really meant was Sprained Ankle by Julian Baker. That's the album that he was last obsessed with.
And otherwise, like, it does go back to like the early 2000s, the last time. And if I think about it, this is probably like the dawn of iPods and having an iPod in my life. And so, like, sure, I did
2001-ish.
do some album listening on iPods when I had my first iPod, but like,
Yeah.
prior to that, it was still in the era of like, hey, you're gonna put the CD or the tape in. And,
Yeah.
You got your big CD wallet with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it both made me like nostalgic, but also it was like, there's no excuse. Whatever. I mean, most of the listening I've done has been on fucking Spotify anyway. Fuck Spotify, obligatory.
Fuck Spotify.
Yeah.
Fuck Spotify.
And although I
Love
did do
it.
like 2 listen throughs just off of the Bandcamp webpage for Ani, so there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like, you know what? I need to do this more. But I will throw a couple of other things that have been in my listening queue lately. Pretty sure last time I was on when we did Paul's Boutique, I mentioned that I'd gotten into this radio drama podcast called Wolf 359.
Okay.
So if you like that sort of thing, Gabriel Urbina, generally freaking awesome. I'll just give him another plug.
Yeah.
Anything that he's attached to as the writer and producer of is going to
Yeah.
be amazing.
Yeah.
But then when I finished that, I was like, hit up my brother who'd recommended me that, and I was like, Gabe, I finished Wolf 359. I don't know. I need something to fill some space. He was like, try Mission to Zix, ZYXX.
Oh yeah.
Mission to Zix is an improv comedy long arc space opera
Yeah. What
that is the most obscenely overproduced, like, improv. I don't even know what to say about this, except that, like, by the time they hit the 3rd season, they hired an orchestra to do the opening crawl music.
Oh,
Very
okay.
nice.
Yeah, no, I remember. Okay, I remember this podcast now. Yeah.
It is
I
so
remember the one
damn
you're talking
good.
about. Yeah,
It
yeah.
is so good, and
Yeah.
they have a prequel that's going to
think-
drop. A
Do they have
little bit later
engineer
this year.
Devin? Is Devin their engineer?
Oh,
do they ever talk to
gosh,
their
I should
engineer, or is he not
know.
involved?
They
in the...
do. They do interviews.
Yeah.
There are a couple of behind the scenes episodes. And they have this amazing
Yeah.
sound producer.
Because I remember when like that producer got like plucked out of the podcast I listened to, and like had to mostly focus on that one.
Oh, that sounds about right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that definitely lines up.
Are they
Yeah.
behind the
But,
scenes also improv?
No. So I mean, one of the
the-
behind the scenes, they
yeah.
actually did a release of basically like, this is the whole uncut thing. This is what it
Nice.
sounds like before we get in there.
Oh, that's funny.
it's
That
cool.
probably sounds really odd. A lot
It's
of
pretty wild.
spaces and like.
So,
There's also a lot of like, okay, no, we're gonna cut that, but let's do this next thing. And then some of those things, of course, inherently do wind up in the final mix too.
That's true. That's true.
It is such a good experience. If you want to laugh, if you want something loosely based on, Star Wars, but also a lot of other, random sci-fi junk, it's so good. And there's such a talented improv team. They're all like basically New Yorker types.
Okay.
Oh, and they have guests. They'll have a guest virtually every episode, and those guests are often people with like serious freaking cred.
Yeah.
It's that New York
improv
thing. I mean, I know
chops.
there's a comparable LA thing, right? But it's like, oh yeah, this person writes for the Late Show, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm sure they have
other thing I gotta. Oh yeah,
I'm sure they have the LA
what
improv
is,
people too. I'm sorry, what was the last thing you were gonna say?
Oh, last thing I was gonna say is
Okay.
following the music league that was sprung off of here, Dave started this other music league, and I did spend like 2 solid weeks listening to Run Like the Wind because our friend Tristan dropped that one in there.
Yeah.
And the yacht rock just got its hooks in me.
Nice.
I'll
Nice.
do it.
Stupidly good song. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like, and like, I don't know. Did you guys mention the yacht rock documentary at any time in the last couple of months? It's on HBO.
There's a documentary about yacht rock.
Oh,
That's news to me.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, my
I'll have to put that in the queue.
goodness.
Yeah.
You have got to watch this thing. It's wild. I have a
all
whole
right.
new respect for that entire set of musicians.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It is going to like all of them. You're going to just be like, oh,
It
wow.
will yacht rock your world.
Okay.
It
Okay.
will. It will. It's like it all came out of Steely Dan.
Right.
Steely Dan, not yacht rock, but Steely Dan is the.
Adjacent.
I think they called it the primordial ooze from which yacht rock emerged.
I have to watch this documentary so I can understand finally what yacht rock
Like the Iggy
is
Pop of punk
overall. Because I'm always very confused. Like I don't know exactly what it is. You know what I mean? But
Watch the
I'll
documentary.
have to watch the documentary.
It's a vibe.
You'll have a
vibe.
lot of clarity afterwards.
Well, what about you, Danielle? Have we asked you yet what
We
you're
have
listening
not.
to yet? Yeah. I don't want to miss you.
Wrap it up.
Clarify, Moses. What was the space opera?
Mission to
what's the title?
Zix.
Mission to
ZYXX.
ZYXX. Yep.
Mission to
Okay,
Zix.
perfect.
Yeah.
I had to check it out, and I was like, I know I missed what you called it. So
Yep.
That one's fun.
So some of the songs like I'm into right now is Jesse Wells, who's like a Bob Dylan-esque kind of musician.
Nice.
He's not mainstream at all, but if you like go on TikTok and stuff, you can find his stuff.
Yeah.
He has a song called Red. Fucking phenomenal. It's political as shit. Very much talks about Trump administration,
Yeah.
Elon Musk, etc. It's so fucking good. I can't recommend it enough.
Wait, is he the guy?
But
Is he the guy it's just him on the reels?
Usually like outside
Yeah.
playing like in the field, and he's playing acoustic guitar. And
Yeah.
he's like,
Okay. Yeah. I think
Oh,
I know.
I like that guy.
Yeah. I think I know who you're talking
He's
about.
really cool.
He's really
It's
great.
so good. It just hits so hard. It's so good. And then the
Wait.
song called Grace by Idols. Their music
Idols,
video.
yes.
They did like Coldplay's Yellow. They did AI, so like, but they had it so it looked like Chris Martin was like singing their song.
Huh.
But it's just the same video, but there's like a little bit of distortion at different parts to make sure it like
Yeah.
it's the amount of time.
Uh-huh.
I just think it's interesting. They had approval and all that stuff, so but it's
Right,
just like
right.
an interesting concept.
Yeah.
And the song itself is pretty phenomenal. I got that from the Righteous Gemstones. Like they used that in one of the episodes,
Yes,
which I was like, this
they
is
did.
hilarious.
Oh, sweet.
And then One Thing by Lola Young is like I her stuff is so cool to me. I think she has like, and not to like, like put everything to mental health category because I know that's not necessarily like a good thing, but I know she has like I think she has schizoaffective disorder,
Okay.
and I find her music different. Like she's a pop artist, but there's something different about it. Even just her phrasing, her lyrics. There's just something that I find is like offbeat,
Hmm.
which is not in a literal sense, but just like
Just
I
the
just really like
structure in general.
Yeah.
yeah, like a little bit, and just even I don't know. There's just something about her music I really like. And this song,
Yeah.
it's good. It's like it's a good song. So
Yeah. I mean, I think that there's a handful of artists that fit that kind of description.
Yeah.
There's for some people that does it brings out something powerful as a musician
Mhm.
that not everyone can quite fully understand.
yeah, I mean, I think there's that fine line between creative genius and like severely mentally ill sometimes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I know like there's been comparisons to her and Amy Winehouse and everything.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and
Nice. Well,
Which track did you say?
One thing. It's very slutty. Just
Okay.
FYI.
very slutty. Okay. All right.
Oh.
All right.
But just heads up kind of thing. But yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna get into listening to some of these tracks, guys. We're gonna jump into Annie Difranco's "Not a Pretty Girl." And yeah, we got 14 tracks here. It's like 50 some odd minutes of an album. And
So no more than that.
yeah, it trucks along though, you know. But yeah, let's hear a little bit of Worthy.
You're not worthy of me. Which of us is deserving? Look at the human race, the whole planet at arm's length. We don't deserve this place.
Yeah, I like that phrasing.
You know, when you say you start off with her being like Alanis Morissette, you really start off
Yeah.
with
yeah.
that kind of vibe. That
Well, yeah.
music vibe. and
Unavoidable
it's
comparison.
95 too.
I was gonna
you know?
say that's the whole thing I want to get ahead of because it's like that is
Let's get
like
ahead of
the
that.
definitely like when I hear this I'm like I don't want to throw shade at Alanis Morissette, but like
But
is she has to be inspired by this to
I'm
some
sure,
extent,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question. Had Alanis heard Ani? I've actually never seen an interview where it's come up.
Well,
I
that
just think
was-
that timeline wise
Was-
Ani would have had to have been a little bit before by
Is
like
Ani-
a year
She
or
is
two,
before.
right?
a Canadian artist.
Nope. New York.
Okay.
But was she
Alanis
on?
definitely-
I mean, that's
Yeah.
you never know.
You're like,
though.
I mean, Buffalo. She's practically
just-
from
I was
Canada.
just
But was
trying to
she
be
on-
Oh,
like,
right.
you
I'm
know,
sorry. We're talking about a very important figure in your
Mhm.
in your country. What do you think about the comparison?
I
between the
think
two?
like because I listened to like Alanis's first album, which
Right.
I'm not sure when that came out, and she definitely had a different sound.
Mhm.
Early
Mhm.
And then it
90s.
transitioned to like it sounds like more of a mainstream Ani, you know, if I'm being
Yeah,
real.
right. That's kind of
Jagged-
So Jagged
No.
Little Pill is what year? 95.
95.
Interestingly,
Yeah.
it actually came out a month
okay.
before this album.
Okay.
But Ani's first album, her self-titled, is 1990.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
and
that's
like
what I'm
Alanis
saying. You know,
really like delved into, and like I'm wondering about Lilith Fair. Was Ani ever like I'm like those kinds of
That's
festivals
such a
and
good
stuff?
question. I don't associate
feel
Ani
like-
with playing Lilith Fair, but like it's conspicuous if she
but
didn't.
she's right.
Right,
she's
right.
in
Yeah,
there.
she would have
you
had
know?
to.
But Ani was never on. You can't do that on television. So
Right.
hats off to Alanis on that.
Fair
That's
It's
enough.
like a point system thing. Like
Yeah.
obviously, like
There's-
near the top.
It's a higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
But
No, I'm
yeah,
so
I
glad,
mean,
Brad, that you put this like question right up front and center because it's for people who haven't heard Ani. It's gonna be she's like an Alanis, and then for me when
Yes,
one of my friends
yeah.
first like when Jagged Little Pill dropped and Alanis got big, it was like I love this, and for me I was like man, this is like pop Ani DiFranco.
yeah, you were probably like,
See, that's-
curses.
That's
kinda
the
was.
difference.
This is mine.
though.
This is mine. You know, like
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. In the way
yeah.
that
That
you
is
can only be when you're like 20, you know.
that is
Right.
a
Well, and I'm a
quintessential
huge
like
fan. You know,
quintessential like underground punk vibe. Like something breaks out. Like,
Yeah.
man, I like this. I like punk. Man, where were you 10 years ago? They've been
Right.
doing this.
yeah, yeah.
The same
You
sound.
want justice for your
They've been-
the artist that you like. You know, you
Mhm.
ride for. You know,
Absolutely.
yeah,
100%. 100%.
But yeah, so you know, no shade to Alanis in this episode or whatever, but yeah, it's definitely
Absolutely no shade.
the first thing that one of the first things I thought was like, oh, there's the definite, you know, comparison that I'm sure was made quite a bit back in the day.
especially in Canada.
Well, and it's like
feel
the
like she was
90s
listening to a
kind
lot
of
of
thing
Canada.
too. Like they're both quintessentially 90s sounds, you know.
Really.
But yeah, and but yeah, let's just talk about like the guitar work though for a second.
Absolutely.
Like I know we'll get into a lot of that throughout the album, but like I think this guitar work throughout is so impressive. Not just like the production, but like just the technical aspects.
So
and
very
stuff.
acoustic.
Yeah. And you were talking about her
A
what
rather
she
unique method.
Yeah,
as,
yeah. You want to explain that
know.
again?
Yeah, so she uses nail extensions, like extra
Yes.
heavy duty ones. She
Yeah.
super glues them to her strumming hand and then reinforces that with duct tape.
Duct tape.
Yeah, I mean,
That's so
because you
crazy.
really don't want this stuff falling off, let alone tearing your
Or ripping it
Yeah.
up.
ripping your actual nail off, right?
It's
So it
OSHA
allows
quality
her
safety
to-
first.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
So it
I
allows her to
would,
do this finger picking stuff that, but with a heavy pick style, which like
Yeah.
is just nobody else does this basically.
Yeah, it's such a smart like way to like make
Use
it
duct
just
tape
come
smartly.
through.
you know, I would
I mean,
love
there's
to.
no wrong way to use duct
I
tape.
would,
There it
I would
is.
love to make this comparison to the exact opposite way that, because what is it? Ozzy Osbourne just had his last performance with
R.I.P.
Rest in
Ozzy.
power, Ozzy.
R.I.P.
Yep, yep.
Ozzy with
And Chuck Mangione. R.I.P. Chuck Mangione. Holy shit, man.
Chuck, dang.
One of the greats.
but it was actually the guitarist from Black Sabbath. He the reason he invented his guitar style
Oh,
was because
of
he
the finger?
burned off his
Yeah.
fingertips.
Yeah.
in,
All right.
Industrial acts.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like
And
that's
it's just real beautiful symmetry. You know.
well, and what I love about it is like, so okay, this actually connects a little bit with Sinners. In Sinners, there's a line near the end of the movie where a character is talking about how like the music from the when the blues originated,
Robert
Like-
Johnson or
Mhm.
well the point that he was just I don't want to spoil anything, but the point that what the character was making is that like it was so much better seeing it and witnessing it, and the recordings do not do that time period
Never.
justice and stuff.
Mm.
And it's like
Never.
it's so true, as far as the recording quality, as far as when the blues was happening, like
the
Those
blues
people,
just
they,
wasn't
they were
very-
just better.
but like
They were just better because of the talent.
but yeah, and bringing this to
get
this but bringing that to this album, like she does such a great job of bringing that live acoustic sound to the production,
your living room.
100%.
which is impressive, I think. And I think that the what she's doing
Very
with
true.
those finger picks are like the key to all of it,
Yeah.
It's a big factor. It's a
Yeah.
big factor. It's also like fundamental. So, she is often credited as like starting what is still a kind of micro genre of folk punk.
Oh, okay,
And, like-
that's what this
It's
is
so
like,
in that aesthetic,
categorized.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And I do find like even the finger picking, it almost has a percussive
Mhm.
sound to
Mhm.
it
Big time.
because of like the nature of it. So it's just
Yeah.
kind of interesting. Like, and you mentioned like it does have a punk feel. It definitely has like a spoken word feel. It definitely has like a bordering rap feel too.
Right.
It's kind of like this melds, and I find like I've said before, the lyrics are very visceral, where I'm like envisioning the things she's talking about, and it almost feels like almost modernist style kind of writing, where it's like someone's inner monologue for a moment, like just like
Yeah.
kind of going through things, and yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got lyric pulls from each of these tracks, and
Hell
one of them
yeah.
for this track. What good is a poker face when you've got an open hand? We were supposed to be cool about this. Yeah, I remember cool was the plan. We tried to keep it all under wraps, but the wraps kept going slack. So
Yeah.
good. I keep turning
Yeah.
around. I keep coming back. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
her writing. So I have a few theses about this album, and,
Yeah.
and they're broadly about like the fact that it's kind of representative of a moment in her career.
Yeah.
But then that's reflective on what Ani does in general. So one of my theses about Ani Difranco, and people I think probably often disagree with this notion, that she is queer 90s Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
You know,
She was very proudly
there's a lot of pushback
bi,
on that, but her,
you know?
her lyrical mastery, it's so different from Dylan's, and yet there's something so similar about her willingness to bend sentences into shape to fit a song, to use
Right.
words that she decides are the words that she wants to use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and you can do that
get-
and not land the ship or the plane. You know what I mean? Like you can try to force your words into a song, and
Mhm.
like it just sounds like you forced those words into the song.
Yeah.
But it takes like mastery in order to like make it
Yeah.
sound effortless and natural.
Absolutely. And Danielle, I mean, towards your point about like, yeah, it's practically rap. It's very spoken word. And one thing Ani did a fantastic job of negotiating the 90s and early 2000s in this respect is she never straight up raps on an album.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
always is sitting in her space and not
Order,
like in a period when cultural appropriation wasn't even in the parlance, and where a lot of white people just did it without stopping to think about what they were doing.
Right.
Guilty as charged. I may, in
Mhm.
fact, have written a rap in the '90s on a rock album.
Oh,
Oh shit!
well done.
I might have to dig into that.
I'll figure out. Finding it online is hard. It's
Like
another story.
Informer, 12 Inches of Snow or something like that.
Not quite. But you just have to respect it. She's like, yeah, she brings different types of collaborators in.
Yeah.
There is an album that has a rap track on it. She's not the one rapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Smart.
Yeah. Like
It's like appreciation versus appropriation.
Yeah.
Right.
And like bring and then, like acknowledging that this isn't my space, but I want to
I want
make
you to
space.
do you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not always the
very
goal.
respectful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, my last note on this song is that
Sure.
I don't generally claim this album in terms of like, oh, this is my favorite, this is my ride or die album in terms of Ani, because I'm a huge fan. This album's important to me, and I think it's massively important in terms of her career.
Yeah.
But this particular song, oh, holy fucking shit. This song is just so, it's so good.
Well, yeah, the line that I chose for the clip was we hold the whole planet at our arm's length. We don't deserve this place.
We don't deserve this place.
And it's like, man, like
Fact.
30 years
one hits
later,
hard.
man. Fuck.
That
still
one
don't.
hits hard.
Yeah.
We're like the really shitty, like a renters in an apartment complex.
Yeah.
We were just
we're bad,
trashing
we're
this
bad
place.
landlords.
Yeah.
The carpet's ripped up. We sold some of the copper pipes. Like, we are just fucking this place
Why
up.
are you still demanding more rent?
Yeah.
Ah,
Vesta Realty. If you know, you know. This next track we got for you guys is a really, really fun one. This is it's a very short track, and it's just a spoken word, like front to back. So here is a little bit of Tiptoe with I think I got the little bit of the next track in there too. Oh wait, no. It's the end of Worthy into the beginning of Tiptoe. Oh, nope, not that one.
wrong
Nope.
hit.
There it is.
Tiptoeing through the used condoms strewn on the piers off the west side highway, sunset behind the skyline of Jersey, walking towards the water with a fetus holding court in my gut, my body hijacked, my tits swollen and sore. The river has more colors at sunset than my sock drawer ever dreamed of. I could wake up screaming sometimes, but I don't. I could step off the end of this pier, but I got shit to do and an appointment on Tuesday to shed.
Yeah, that one. I love that. First of all, that's the second track. She just fucking punches you in the gut, and she's like, "Hey, this is what you're in for. All right, we're gonna talk about some shit."
Yeah, it's very heavy.
Yeah,
Like it's very, very heavy lyrically.
yeah,
And just thinking about, with a fetus holding cord in my gut,
that's such a
just know-
great line. Like,
100%. And then just even knowing like the courts have changed in the US and knowing that like Roe versus
Oh my
Wade
God.
has been overturned. So like when you hear lyrics like this, like part of the reason why women want to be progressive in music is because there has always been that fear of reproductive rights being taken away. It's like just because it can be and it has been in other countries.
Yeah.
So then when you see it like written, and this is like how many years ago did this
30.
album come out?
3-0.
30.
And it was more progressive then than it is now.
Yeah,
It was easier for women to get an abortion at that point than they
Yeah.
can today.
absolutely.
yeah,
And it's devastating. And I want to speak to that even just for a little bit longer, because like,
yeah,
for one thing, when people think abortion rights, they think people unwanted pregnancies,
Mhm.
and which is not necessarily the case. The reality is if a woman's fetus isn't vital or viable,
yeah,
they still consider that an abortion.
Yeah.
Even if the fetus is rotting inside her, they will not take it out in certain states.
Mhm.
So the woman's life doesn't mean shit. We're willing to let you die for a rotting fetus because, and there's a woman down in the States who's
Yeah.
literally on life support, brain dead.
yeah,
Her family has to pay for the medical bills
In Georgia, I
Yeah.
think.
yeah.
because they were to take her off life support when they did not consent to her staying alive.
Yeah, and that gave birth. She gave birth dead.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it's like at that point, is the responsibility placed on the family? Which if they don't want it, then that goes to foster care. and that child's not going to have a good life. So it's like it's just very
Mhm.
it's nice to see it written
Yeah.
because there is a reality to all of that.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
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 You know,
Well, Brad, you know how I was like, we really need to make sure we have a woman on this episode.
Right. Absolutely.
You know,
Thank
you know,
you,
I
Daniel.
tell you, I've always
Yeah.
said too, like even on the men's side, like men have always made history okay with them being dismissive parents.
Right.
Yeah.
Absent
Men
parents.
have
and-
like there is so
yeah.
much more history and acceptable history of men being dismissive parents and just like leaving that responsibility on the women.
Right. Right.
And it's
Right.
like
it's
in a reality in a society where choice is supposed to be an ever revolving and ever evolving thing.
right.
Why aren't women allowed that choice then too?
Yeah.
Men have always been allowed that choice. Men have
Yeah.
always
They-
made it acceptable for us to allow that choice for us. Why in the world are we so pissed
They've
that
always
women get like 70 years of this shit? Oh my God. Let them have like another fucking 1,000 years of this shit. Because we've had 2,000 years of this shit.
It
Who
Someone
the fuck
keeps going.
cares?
someone has to go get the milk and cigarettes though.
That's true. That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Ditto.
Someone's got to get the milk and
Gotta
cigarette.
go
You know,
Gas
someone's got to keep that system going. That's actually, I've heard that. That's why Republicans
Well, no,
are
that's
pissed about
that's
low birth rates because
Some part of
there's
that
not going
though
to be
too
enough
is-
people
they're
to.
they're worried
keep
about
running the system.
low birth rates of a
immigrants.
certain color. But what?
Yes, of course.
Exactly. It's- They don't want immigrants. They want poor women who will reproduce
Mhm.
without their consent to be able to work in McDonald's at low wages,
Boom.
Yep.
so that they can still profit off of capitalism.
Because next
And-
month McRib's coming back, so we
Oh,
gotta get bodies behind
God.
that counter.
You know,
McDonald's.
I do believe some of this is covered in the next track.
Yeah,
You guys
what's
want to
the
get
third
into the
hit?
next track, Cradle and All?
With just one quick note that
Oh, sure, yeah.
something about Tiptoe that I think is astonishing is it's such a raw track production wise, but she has this one incredible fucking trick that she does where she clearly starts. It's obviously single take. We'll come
Yeah.
back to that. She
Right.
starts away from the microphone and does the walk up to it, and it's
Yeah.
I do
so
love
fucking impactful.
Yeah.
It makes it
It's almost
intimate.
like a play when you hear like a door opening and just like someone walking
Yeah.
on the stage.
Across the stage.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
speaking, projecting. It's like this got this like element of like performance, but it's also like quiet. But then it's just like I don't know. There's just something very interesting and theatrical about it.
Yeah. There's a Bright Eyes track that ends in a similar, like he's playing the song and then he like walks out of the studio and you follow him walking out of the studio.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And yeah, I always love that when you get a little taste of reality in the middle of the album, you know?
I think Brother Ali pulls it off a few times on a lot of his albums as well. Like,
Yeah.
he'll finish up and you feel like it's like a conversation is starting with someone. It's like, you know what I'm talking about, and then it
Yeah.
ends with like
That's
a
the
little,
start of
like,
Uncle
clip.
Sam. Goddamn.
Yep,
Uncle Sam,
Yeah.
goddamn, huh? Okay. That's a good name for a track.
a great intro too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll mention
Right.
it again later.
Here's a little bit of Cradle and All. I don't know why it's so quiet.
Maybe I'll live my whole life
Turn it up.
just getting by. Maybe I'll be discovered. Maybe I'll be colonized. You could try to train me like a pet. You could try to teach me to behave. But I tell you if I haven't learned it yet, you know I ain't gonna sit. I ain't
I
gonna
ain't gonna stay.
stay. Take me home.
Hell
Might be
yeah.
The track.
There's so much in that little clip right there, man. There's so much going
A
on.
lot to unpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She like actually says the word, uses the word colonize, like I don't want to be colonized or whatever, like, which is like, it feels
Ahead
like
of the
very
curve.
like, like I'm used to like that terminology
Now.
now, but it's like, oh, she was like really about it,
and it's like I like the lyrics too of youth is beauty, money is beauty,
Hell,
hell
beauty
beauty
is
is
beauty sometimes.
and it's I like the idea of like when you think of things like that as a currency
Yeah.
because like
Mhm.
being like physically attractive is a currency. You
Is a
being-
currency though.
and being like able to communicate effectively as a currency,
Yep.
being able to be educated as a currency. Like there's things like
It's the
I like
invisible currencies.
yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
It's not technically monetary, but it can
But
lead to that.
it always
Mm-hmm.
it always like
Yeah.
leads to that. It always exists for that. That's
Yeah.
that's what you're trying to do, because like we got sick of trading shit.
And it's like even it's the luck of the draw, like
Yep.
the idea, like even being rich and successful is
And
just luck.
there is nothing like the birth lottery.
It's the luck of the draw. It's the natural law. It's a joke. It's a crime.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, I was about
Right?
to I was about to read that exact same line.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry. I might have like even before my recent re-listens have this album mostly in my head as well as a lot of Honey.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the song is brutal teardown. This is one of the songs where it's like, okay, coming off of Tiptoe, we're now getting into like a full collision of feminist politics, like
Yeah,
unapologetic,
definitely.
right?
Yeah. And like studied feminist politics, not just like a surface understanding,
Right.
you know.
Oh, the thing too is you're talking about like comparing her to like a queer.
She's a queer '90s Dylan, yes.
Yeah, I was also thinking because I was trying to think. I also think like Rage a little bit.
Oh, sure.
Rage Against the Machine, because there is a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit of like an
Zach.
angstier to her
Yeah.
voice, whereas Dylan's like is very folky.
Sure.
Whereas there's a bit of it.
focusty.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the folk side, the folk versus punk kind of dichotomy there, right?
Yeah.
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 I do need to mention, so I love that, Brad, that pull that you have there is great because it highlights again that little production bit where it's like, hey, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go in the closet here for a second and then rip the
Yeah.
door open.
Yeah. And she does the levels really do a good job.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Combined with I don't know, God only knows there's some kind of filter on there, but also
Right.
the kind of technical songwriting side. My notes on this is like, okay, the shit is an F, and there's an out of tune part of the tuning. And it involves A flat and B flat, and there's this progression moves to C. Oh yeah, this one is an absolute fuck you to guitar players. I say this as a pianist. Like,
yeah.
She clearly has used a bizarre alternate tuning. She's doing this thing with the finger picking style. Like any regular guitarist who hears this is like, oh, this is a cool song. I want to figure this out. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I, in fact, as a pianist, would have an easier time reproducing the kind of structural aspect of what she's playing percussively than most guitar players would without like, oh God, I'm gonna have to deconstruct the shit out of this.
Yeah, when they go off and do their own fucking tuning on the thing, it's just like, oh fuck, okay. So this is like from your brain, you know?
Yeah.
And I have to try to like get on your level.
My other note about the sound is just all caps, so fucking stringy.
Yeah.
It's a thing that she does. Sometimes it's just like there's no better way to put it. It's the strings are so stringy, you know?
Yeah.
All strings, no cap.
I don't always mind that though, you know,
Yeah.
little extra stringiness, you know.
Yeah.
It's like we never hear that kind of classical shit anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be right back. I do apologize.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, that's okay. Do you mind if I play this clip? It's Shy.
Sure.
Yeah. You know the song.
You'll stop me, won't you? If you've heard this one before, or the one where
Should I go now?
Sorry, I didn't mean to hold you for this track. You can go now.
What next? How I am leaving in the morning, so let's not be shy. You'll stop me, won't you? If you heard this one before.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That one's got a nice rise.
That is a very 90s track.
Yeah, very much so.
I was saying
Yeah.
I
So
heard
much
a
that
little-
Atlantis took it.
little Blink 182 in that, you know.
Yeah. It definitely, the production definitely fits that time.
Or did she create that time?
Maybe she was the originator of
Might be.
that whole style at that time.
You certainly see her bass playing stand out on this track. So it's probably a good point to mention that Ani played bass on this album.
Yeah.
She was talking apparently with her drummer Andy about wanting bass on this album, and he was like, well, why don't you just play it?
You play guitar so freaking well. Like, why don't you just do the bass too? You know? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, fine. I will.
Hell yeah.
Because she had been touring as a two-piece and continued to for a little while after this.
Yeah.
So, you know, the bass line on this, it is very 90s though, but it's very compelling. It's got these like, I don't know, echoes of funk.
You can really hear her style, her like guitar style in her bass playing, I think. Cause like yeah, if you like listen for it, it is like not maybe your typical bass playing. You know what I mean? It is very, very like connected to what the guitar is doing, and is such a great compliment for that. But yeah, it's a really, really great representative of like what she's capable of.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Um,
And this is the one night stand kind of track, right?
absolutely.
This is her exploration into that.
Well, and as we were saying, when we were doing the listen through, it's also the sheer heat. Like, this is New York in the summer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And you can like even like the reference to the men are pissing in doorways. Like New York smells bad.
Yes.
Like especially in the summer. Even that, I feel like there's some connotations.
Yeah,
Like there's grossness of it,
Mhm.
yeah,
of it. So
Yeah.
That nice Yankee Candle, like New York's hot New York summer.
yeah,
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 it's like urine and cigarettes.
yeah.
But
Ugh.
I find like the one night stand energy, and also like the references to like the bathroom, gas station bathroom,
Yeah,
and
right.
like disgusting and gross, and probably hungover and all these things. So
Yep.
anyway,
Not
I mean,
getting
this is a-
busy in a Burger King bathroom though.
No.
Call back to the previous track, but that has I live in New York, the city that never shuts up. Right?
yeah.
Like,
Or
Yeah.
one of the
no.
other things she's doing in this album, like, definitely more than any of the previous albums, this album is New York. Right? This album
Yeah.
is Ani Difranco in New York, like conveying what it is to be,
Mhm.
in this moment as a bi feminist, musician playing in the scene, dealing with the
Yeah.
industry in
Yeah.
this city in particular.
Yeah. I think that comes through. I mean, especially on of course, the tiptoe, one really.
Oh, yeah,
I think she
Jersey.
mentions a location there. Yeah.
Fall in love with Jersey at sunset, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoy this track. This is the one that was the Grammy winner, 97 female rock performance, right?
off of the live album Living
Yeah.
in Clip, yeah.
Oh, okay. It was from okay, that makes more sense then.
Yeah, 97, 2 years later.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's double album
Yeah.
Living in Clip. Great album.
Oh man, I'll have to listen to that particular live version. If that okay, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know why I didn't listen to that.
It's a really good live album. She has a
Yeah.
number of live albums. It
Yeah.
is a really good live album that gives you the
Yeah.
sense of like there is distance between her studio and live
Mhm.
performance, and the live performance is
Right.
pretty magical. And as much as you can capture a live performance in a recording, like it does a good
Right.
job.
Yeah. Well, this next track we got for you guys is another really, thoughtful track. We got "Sorry Am I."
Cause I don't know what it is about you. I just know it's not what it was.
Yes, I will mention like there is the I don't know if you'd call it homage or whatever to "Wish You Were Here" a little bit with that.
Huh.
It starts with the same thing,
Oh,
but
Yeah.
Different key, but yes.
right. But like it definitely like it evokes that.
Yeah.
So
But just the earlier part of that song, not the big bombastic part of the song.
Yeah, no, I think that's
Um,
funny. In the sense of, I wonder if Ani was cognizant of that. If she wasn't, there's no way that it wasn't baked into,
I feel
The
like for
collective
years, I
unconscious
feel
it's
like
just something that's
musicians-
been sitting back there. And it's
yeah,
like, oh, this
I
sounds
feel like
good.
anyone that picks up an acoustic guitar will play that, like given like
Actually-
30, 40 minutes.
Even though she's like a queer feminist kind of musician, there's still classics that ever, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like
yeah.
I'm sure I've
Across
zeroed
the
out.
board, no matter what it is.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah. I see this as like just like loose homage.
art being art.
It's
For
not
sure.
like
It
the
does
song
sound like
is
it.
about the same necessarily
Yeah.
same thing, but
Tonal, like
Yeah.
or like themes that are similar.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely like hits pretty deep. Like you think about those conversations with people that it's like you've been waiting for so long,
Yeah.
and then there's a feeling of like wanting to be on the same page, and then you
Yeah.
get to that moment, and then you're like you're not on the same page, and there's regrets over that, and like
Yeah.
deep sorrow around that as well, and then being frustrated by it.
Yeah, it's one of the like this song is one of those hard conversations in a relationship,
Mhm.
just like I don't know, maybe just slowly realizing it's not working or something and trying to figure out why that is,
Yeah.
and genuinely caring for one another, but just trying to, just determine, what's not clicking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have in my notes one of the best I fucked up tracks ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very like it does. She does definitely take like ownership of her part in whatever this was.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's what if you're in that bad place in a relationship, but instead of being angsty and angry about it, you're owning your part of it, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, there's also what if Bob Dylan had the empathy of a woman when he was in a bad place? Another one of my notes on this track.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, really great like soft track, which in an album full of acoustic tracks, you'd think there'd be more of that. You're telling me, you told me that this is like actually one of the heavier ones.
This is much more electric than what's come before it for the most part.
Yeah.
But this is one of the most acoustic tracks on this album at the same time.
Yeah.
It's very much her and her
I don't
guitar.
think there's any drums.
There's a big change in writing style and the progression that's happened, but from the stripped down aspect of it, it might as well be off of her self-titled or off of Not So Soft. It's like this is just Ani and her guitar telling a story,
Yeah.
I also love that you started where you started that clip. One of my first notes here is it drops down to this deeply non-committal E, and that is it's like she just lets that hang there, right?
Yeah.
And it is. It's like I don't know that I've ever heard a musical phrase that captures that quality of like, oh God, am I gonna do this?
Yeah, the feeling is really in it. She's speaking through the music.
And then
she's
then it
she's
recommits,
strumming.
of course, it's with a boom, like with the
Yeah.
drop down there. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's cool to think about. Like I took a class at university, and it was like basically like deconstructing 19th century chamber music and looking at it through the lens of like queer theory, which sounds absurdist or obscure in a weird way, but it's basically looking at a lot of like romantic music, for example, like Beethoven was like the first kind of like not first, but that genre of music is like first time you see people trying to evoke emotion through like Moonlight Sonata, for example.
Sure.
Right.
He wants to love this girl he can't. So this idea that you can hear it, the choice of certain notes and off notes and dissonance and things like that to kind of evoke emotion. And then what you were talking about with just the last thing you said, I can't remember now what it was.
The non-committal E.
Well, there was that, but there was something else you said after that.
Oh, because it drops down and recommits, right? She's like floating out there, and then I don't remember what but it goes down to the one basically.
Yeah.
But it's like basically that idea that we like the idea of a musician using non-lyrical devices to convey emotionality.
Yeah.
I find with her, there's that she has on a different level than most musicians, where she's incorporating, and maybe it's like almost like a synesthesia sense of like putting things in that aren't necessarily typical to convey meaning in a different sort of way.
Yeah.
There's literally no way in this episode that we're going to be able to get into like her background and history. But she was like self-emancipated at a very young age, but also came up in a house with a bunch of folk musicians coming through it, and in a house that was very lefty, politically active.
Okay.
And like I said, we can't even dig into all of that, let alone all of the personal stuff that inflects her music in terms of her journey.
Right.
But Danielle, towards your point, I think that when you consider some of that background, it starts to inform like she has such a toolkit that like most musicians, even if they might try or want that sensibility, most musicians don't have the toolkit.
Yeah.
No, and there's like the piece of like sometimes our trauma can be our superhero powers.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's things that like if you're born rich and entitled and everything's handed to you, your way of expressing yourself and your way of moving through the world is going to be vastly different from the hippie who lives in the weird household where everyone's a musician.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Experience art differently. You're going to experience music differently.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I get.
I'm like superhero. Wait a second. That's not dilate.
it's crazy that they experience it the same, but they experience it differently because of how they grew up. It's so human society is fucking difficult.
Well, hey, on that note, we're gonna take a quick break, guys. I need to use the restroom. I just watched John and then Dave go, and I'm like, oh, God damn it, I need to go.
You guys get up and leave. I always feel like I have to announce it like you did, Brad.
Yeah. I know. I don't know how they do it in podcasts where they just don't say anything. You know what I mean? It's weird.
Maybe they edit it out because no one knows.
Probably edit it out.
I feel like it's
smart.
very rare that I left before break. I think I counted like maybe a couple times, and I'm like, I'm trying to keep in my mind the tracks. I'm like, I don't know. Like I should I'll just go now.
Yeah.
Get back. We're gonna take a break. I'm like, God damn it.
This is very early in the album for a break, but we'll try to coast through the rest of these a little bit faster. This
Good luck.
Oh, I was about to say this next track. No, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. The Album Concept Hour. Welcome back, everybody, to the Album Concept Hour. We are here to finish out Andy Difranco's 30-year-old album, Not a Pretty Girl, from 1995. And this track is Light of Some Kind.
You should learn how to play dumb, 'cause I can't bring myself to waste your time. We both know what I've been doing. Yeah, I've been intentionally bad at lying. You're the only one I ever let see through me. And I hope you believe me when I say I'm trying. And I hope I never improve my game. Yes, I would rather have these things weigh on my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's Light of Some Kind.
Oh, man, this track.
Tour de force, this track. You want to say something about this track? I'm going to turn my audio up for the music a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, my first note on this track is, oh, man, this track. Like this whole set of metaphors that she keeps dropping over the course of this track, and they get, in the second verse especially, like very much subversions of kind of standard romantic relationship tropes, right? You eventually get, maybe you should follow my example and go out and meet yourself a really nice girl. So good. It's just so good.
Yeah, and the I don't know if you're just talking about the finger picking, but
No, not even. I wasn't even talking about the music, just lyrics.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the finger picking is excellent in this track.
Truly. Like it's kind of got this scratchy style.
Very talented.
Yeah. But yeah, you were talking about the lyrics though. This one's a really cool. I feel like it almost follows what's going on in the previous track a little bit, where she's, getting into really nitty gritty relationship stuff.
Oh, very much so, right? You're coming off of Sorry I Am, and then Light of Some Kind is like, it is not apologetic, but it does recognize that shit ain't right. But it's kind of like, but this is what it is. I can't apologize for being who I am or what I am.
Right.
But I can recognize it.
Right.
Yeah, there were some things that we were talking about in the moments before we came back that have nothing to do with the song where you guys were talking about beer and everything. But you were talking about this Moses, you were mentioning the idea of like something being magical, but instead like rushing towards something that's kind of more just mundane or just like good, but not magical. And I just like almost equate it to like romantic relationships. When you were talking about that, like this idea that like, instead of like, waiting for the right person or like being patient with the process, rushing into something else and choosing the banal kind of something else. Yeah, and it's just like there's something about that, like when it kind of like coincided with the lyrics a little bit of like this idea of like, noticing her own faults or noticing that things unraveled the way they did,
Mhm.
and like I hope you find this nice girl or whatever, but it's like that recognition within oneself of like I fucked up, I did something that I regret. Anyway, it's just kind of
Yeah.
I felt like there's some like
I hope I never
you
improve
know,
my game because I'd rather have these things weigh on my mind at the end of this tunnel of guilt and
and
shame.
then it's like and then there's also like the
Yeah.
I'm telling you though,
That's
that's
real as
what
shit.
that's what you never know when you're going down that road. That's what you wish
Man.
sometimes.
Sometimes
But then
fools rush
You
in.
know?
Yeah.
like artists, they sometimes like you kind of enjoy misery in a sense because you're a more creative person when you're in like the thick of it sometimes. And then there's like that element of
God.
like maybe I'm a better like I create better art in these moments, and maybe I'm just like self-sabotaging or whatever. So
Mhm.
Misery
I
loves company.
Actually, I
Yeah.
literally say that because that is an art form, and it is
100%.
for the common person. The common
Yeah.
person can just kind of choose what they want to do, but they have to pick it. And when they pick it, then they can do that, like where they just grow with it,
Yeah.
and they
Like,
they
choose
know,
their-
and they learn to love it.
Yeah.
Like you can do that with like careers. I'm not saying love life, but you could do that with like you do that with certain things, like
Right.
where like you do, and it does create a certain mentality
Yeah.
you can sink into as well.
Mhm.
It is perhaps a certain willingness to show yourself warts and all as being,
Yeah.
maybe less than beautiful or something. I don't know.
I mean, listen, that's my
Not
favorite way to present
necessarily
myself
a
at work.
pretty girl.
Maybe not necessarily a pretty girl.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
I think that's what the song's
Maybe,
called.
maybe not.
Not necessarily
I
a pretty
fuck
girl.
up sometimes,
Here's the titular track. Not a
Everyone
pretty girl.
does.
And generally my
Oh, that's better.
wouldn't be caught dead working for the man. And generally I agree with them. Trouble is you gotta have yourself an alternate plan. And I have earned my disillusionment. I have been working all of my life, and I am a patriot.
God damn! Cheers to that whole ass line,
Dude,
Cheers
right?
to
Cheers to
patriotism.
that
Good
whole
fight,
ass
people.
line.
Yeah,
Fighting
I've
the good
earned
fight.
my disillusionment. Like,
Yeah.
And maybe
well,
there are
sometimes
no
you do-
damsels in distress, and maybe I knew that, and I called your bluff. Don't you think that every kitten figures out how to get down, whether or not you ever fucking show up? Just had to finish off the lyrical strain there. From
yeah,
that portion.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah. I love them taking and flipping the like save the cat moment
Yep.
trope. Especially living all of these years into like superhero movie dumb. The save the cat thing, that was like a Superman thing. That's how you showed.
The cat is just representative of women too, and the damsel in
Right.
distress and everything.
Yeah.
It's like there's no hero who's going to save you. You have to save yourself.
Mhm.
Like at the end of the day, every person
Yeah.
has to figure it out for themselves. And it's like that idea, like there's a strength in that and like resilience. And it's like that acknowledgement of like, I had to figure it out. I don't need someone to step in and fix it because they're going to screw it up for me anyway. So I got to like own it and be like, no, I'm not a pretty girl. I can do it myself.
Yeah.
So put me
And-
down,
well, and-
punk.
Yeah, exactly. Don't
Yeah.
pick me up. I don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I really like this track because it really gets into the hero complex and it's a takedown, I think, of the kind of toxic way that some men view like relationships. Like it's something something you're conquering.
It's a very photogrific moment.
It's
like,
a contest.
It's a
It puts a
contest.
flash on it,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and
It
that's
really
good.
draws attention to the fact that there is a problem with the patriarchy, I guess, with the fact that men have this like kind of mindset going into things that is not like conducive to a healthy relationship or something.
It does go both ways though. Like, and not to go back to the Alanis Morissette
Right.
like kind of conversation, but I will because
Yeah.
there's a song she has called "Precious Illusions,"
Mhm.
and I love it because it's the music video is a split screen. So one half of the screen is like a fairy tale, like a literal knight in shining armor, and then the other frame
Reality.
is exactly a juxtaposition to current day situations. And one that I love is like there's a moment where he throws his jacket into a puddle, so she has to walk over it as like this fair maiden, but in the reality is they both walk through the puddle together, and there's like a neon sign and stuff. And it's a really cool, like, and the idea of precious illusions, this idea of like we have this fairy tale idea of what love is, and then we're living in the real world, and it's never going to match up to that.
Right.
But it's like there's those like little bit of fairy tale principles that are kind of like woven in a little bit in a sense.
Yeah.
Like
It's what you really love, like like those are the things that you kind of fall in love with, that kind of story no matter what. And then you fall in love with the things that you're going to love forever.
Well, yeah, as
and that's what kind of becomes
I get
important.
everything. Yeah.
There's a good
It's like
line from the Felix Coppola I mentioned earlier that one of their songs is to be in love with love is not enough this time.
Right.
And it's like kind of the idea to be in love with just the like the
Idea?
chase, to be in love with the the whole like
It's like welding yourself to somebody, because like you have to fall in love with those spots.
Handcuff
'Cause
yourself.
Those
to
are
that
the
person.
things,
and not just the
Well,
idea.
and you don't
of
have to.
love.
A lot of it is like you want to, like,
Yeah.
and you love that person for them no matter what.
Yeah.
But there's like what's love got to do with it? Like that
Mhm.
sentiment of like love can only take you so far, and then
Sometimes
it's also
that
like
well doesn't hold.
yeah, where's our meeting place with this? Like, why
Yep.
am I doing 90% of everything?
Yep.
Why aren't you coming halfway kind of thing, or meeting me halfway kind of thing? So it's like, yeah.
Human existence is hard.
By the way, Jason was in the chat. I think he might be gone now. He just went to bed. I apologize,
possible.
Jason, when you listen to this later, that I did not get to your chat
There's a
in
chat.
time. Yeah, he just mentioned a few things. He said, "Damn it, YouTube didn't ping me when you all went live. Mo still hates you.
100% fair. I didn't even know there was a chat.
Goddamn.
Due to burning jealousy. Due to
we
burning
have
jealousy,
chat.
he says. And then
That
can't
jealousy is
wait-
important. I was worried about that burning.
Yeah. Can't wait to listen to the full cast, but I'm heading off to bed before y'all even will see the chat.
We see you there, Jay. We see
Call
you.
this out. All right. Well, thank you, Jason, for getting into the chat. We do appreciate that.
Yeah.
What is the next?
I was gonna say I'll
what's
just
the next
transition
hit
to the
off
next
the
track. We got the million you never made.
Which is end of side one, I think.
I may not be able to change the whole
We might need to hire someone just to watch the chat.
but I can be the million
Dude, right?
that you never made. Yeah,
Here's a
I can
six-pack.
be the
Watch the
million
chat.
that you never made. I can be the million that you never made. I can be the million that you never made. I can be the million that you never made.
So, can we talk about fucking powerful female artists of the 90s?
Okay.
So here
Like,
for this.
this track, like, especially, like, she really, really gets into that, just like, she's almost like, screaming at the end of this one,
Mhm.
Almost.
And I was reminded of Kurt Cobain's
Oh,
Courtney.
love.
wife, Courtney
Yes,
Love. Courtney
Courtney
Love. Yeah. And also, this was the same year that album came out too? The Courtney Love one.
Close.
The one with
Maybe.
Oh, Violet or no?
Doll part.
one with Doll Parts.
Doll-
I can't remember the name of it
Doll
right now. We
Parts?
covered it on the podcast. I should know it. But
I know who you had on the pod for that.
The intensity though is like, I don't know, man. The 90s alt
How about
rock ladies are just unmatched in my opinion.
how about
you know
Bikini
what I mean?
Kill?
Bikini Kill too.
Yeah.
You got.
Kathleen Hanna up in there.
There's just I don't know. I don't have any particular
Goddamn
thing to say
fellas.
about that movement. I just think that it was just such a
The
cool
Riot
time.
Girl act.
The Riot Girl, yeah. I know there's plenty of powerful female artists nowadays for sure, but like there was just this like attitude or whatever,
I think too, like during that time, it was like I don't know. It's like nowadays I find there's like so many different genres, and there's so many like, I mean, there's bands that I like that are women like focused, and
Yeah.
there's like bandmates wise, and it feels less of a, I don't want to say a novelty.
It's not the same kind of focus.
It's a
though.
different impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I do feel like there's definitely across the board different genres. Women definitely are represented,
Right.
and in a way that it does feel like there's more of it than there was then.
Yeah.
But it does feel like there was like, but even like Garbage too was another band.
Yeah.
But like there's definitely like, I don't know. There was a lot of standouts in the 90s.
There was
with
a
Right.
lot
women.
of there was a
Right.
lot of hyper focus. Like
Yeah.
I grew up with an older sister, you know, and like she was literally listening to that shit.
Yeah.
And well,
Yeah.
I was listening to my own stuff, but like she was listening to that stuff while she was like, you know,
Yeah.
watching me and babysitting me,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
like I
My-
can
my
tell
older
you right
sister
now,
too,
it,
man. It
it
was-
helped
yeah.
turn me into a mostly feminist.
A
you know?
better human
You know what
being.
it was?
I'm still stand up for men issues, but like, damn, like
Well,
Like-
there was this. I heard this study
There-
recently. I don't know if it was a study. I can't remember exactly, but they said that men who have older sisters are more emotionally intelligent, typically.
Fuck yeah.
Not
I'm
across the
shocked.
board.
I am
would
just
agree with
shocked, I
that.
tell you.
Fuck yeah. Older sisters,
I-
man. They
not-
fucking rock.
no, I swear to God, my sister helped me like
Not
so
across
much.
the board. Just, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's crappy
Yeah,
older
it's just
sisters
like-
too. But
Oh, listen,
Even that they
human-
may not
human
necessarily affect
society's
men.
So coming back
But-
to the million that you never made.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. Let's get back to this one.
Because
This
I could
one's got
honestly
Wish I
some
made it.
keep
Yeah.
riffing with y'all
Biting-
on 90s, like,
biting
you know,
commentary
singer-songwriters
on
and women.
90s music scene,
Yeah.
But
music
man,
industry. I mean,
it is quite possibly one of the most brutal diss tracks ever recorded. Like,
yeah.
and it hits that much better because it's not even like a beef diss track or a romance diss track. No, it's actually fuck you, the whole music industry diss track.
Yeah. And this is like, you know, the early 90s is almost peak, like awful, like just you know, shitty deals for the artists and big music, you know, big labels, like just this is the music industry that like toppled and had to become reformed by the internet or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was an awful fucking industry. I mean, still is in many regards, but like just
I am married to a
Giant record
partner who
labels
got
had
the
an
raw end of the
iron-
deal during that period of the music industry and said, I'm out.
yeah,
You know,
And
no, literally.
she had
lived
sense.
experience.
She had a lot of sense
Yeah.
to stay.
Yeah, no, and very
indie.
few people did. So many people just let themselves get used because of the promise of more money or more fame or whatever. Whereas
Yeah.
Angelica was like, yeah, no, you're not just going to use me. I'm out. I will take the L in that sense to have the W in the life sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
no, I
speaking
get
of
it. It's
call
like
outs to strong women, my wife. Whoop.
Hell yeah.
so cool. But like the dangling carrots, like those opportunities that aren't really actually opportunities, and like, you know, so it's I like her lyricism, and I like just referencing the sleaziness, and there's like even the smell. She was referencing bad smells, and
Mm,
it just like gives this whole like
yeah.
thing that's sparkly and nice, and it's like, no, it's actually these things,
Yeah.
and like gross, blah, and like, so it's pretty cool.
It's a bunch of stinky dudes.
Yeah, yeah. That's a big chunk of the music industry right there.
Well,
Stinky dudes.
Yeah.
Smelly fucking dudes.
at the
Smelly
heart-
fucking dudes,
at the
man.
heart of this track, and there are other songs where she's clearly talking. She talks between people in this song, and at some point she's clearly addressing another artist. If you don't live what you sing about, your mirror
Right.
is gonna. It says "find out" here, but I could have sworn it's "fuck
Fogged.
you."
I'm curious who the musician.
There,
I wonder if there's
I think there was
musician
speculation that it was a certain musician, but
Courtney Love?
unconfirmed. No, not Courtney Love. It was an artist that I had not heard of before. Let me see if I can find. I think I still have this up, but
That is incidentally though something else Ani does like so seamlessly. She'll have a song where she's addressing like 3 or 4 different people, and she'll just kind of.
Suzanne. Oh, sorry, I thought.
Yeah, no, go for it.
Suzanne Vega.
Oh, Suzanne Vega.
Is the artist that some people think
Huh.
that this might be about, but again, another person like commented that there's no confirmation and
Nothing to
or
substantiate
evidence of that. But yeah, I think that it could also be about multiple artists that took that route.
And one thing Ani's on record of talking about is that it is unfortunately still a lot this way. That there was a thing about being a successful enough female artist in the 90s where it's like they intentionally have you in this small pool. They're not going to stack the stage. This is why Lilith Fair happened, right? Is they're not going to say they're not going to set a tour up with 2 female artists with an opening and main act. You're in competition with the other women to be the woman on the ticket.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool because, like, even like in the comedy
That's-
scene and everything, like, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I believe
Yeah.
that.
Still a
That's
problem.
the sexism that we have to fight. You know, like
Yeah.
that's absolute bullshit.
100%.
Yeah, it is.
Anyways,
This
what-
next track
what
I
is
got
the
for you
next
guys.
hit?
I don't have a good transition.
No, we're
This
gonna
next
start
track
side
for
2,
you guys
right?
Is Hour Follows Hour.
I have had some down roads. Long as I got something that needs improvement, and you know every time I move, I make a woman's move. And at first you decide.
Yeah, you can hear bass playing in that clip.
For sure.
Mm.
Yeah, wonderful clip.
Yeah, really cool soundscape on that one. That was the one that had some more production on the guitar, right?
Oh, for sure.
I want to say.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
especially for like this is one of the other, mellower, softer tracks, which for
Yeah.
those of us who came to this album, this is actually the first Ani Difranco album I was technically exposed to, but I didn't dig into it as much until after I'd listened to her earlier stuff. And for those of us who really love the early stuff, this track is so like resonant with that. It might be my favorite track on this album. It's a tough call,
Mhm.
especially
Yeah.
with Worthy.
Yeah.
But like it's so delicate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's good at doing really intense and good at being delicate. Which as an acoustic player, like that's that's the whole thing is being able to get those subtleties in your acoustic performance.
And have that sense of control.
Yeah.
Like, there's something about like, it shows strength to be able to do both
Yeah.
and not just lean into one or the other.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. And she matches her guitar playing style to what she does vocally because she has a range of Ani Difrancos, right? Because there's like the kind of gritty, there's the
32 of them,
talky,
maybe.
there's the sassy. And then sometimes she just opens up and it's like, oh, by the way, this woman has a beautiful voice and when she just wants to produce a pure tone, it's fantastic, right? And that's
Yeah.
very much this
Right.
song is like, this is going to be really honest and it's going to be deeply infused with love without question. And so she's going to bring the
Yeah.
pure tone and like the like delicate little kind of guitar motion, but without it being rough or like, dirtied up at all or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a really, really a sweet track.
Lyrically, she has a couple of fucking hitters in this one too. You really can't place Blame
Yeah, go
because
for it.
Blame is much too messy. Like, who the hell comes up with that to say? That's so good. And I use that in my
You're telling
life
me.
constantly ever since 1995. Whenever there is a situation, this line comes to mind. And it's not the only
Yeah.
Ani Difranco line that lives rent free in my head. But it's
Yeah.
not rent free. It's a tool. It's part of my toolkit, right?
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
when like
No,
shit's
I-
going down.
Profound.
So
Yeah. She's
It's profound to think of a lyric, and I get it. I get that like there's like it doesn't have to be necessarily a lyric, but it's like there's certain words or affirmations or just sentiments that you just carry with you, and it becomes medicine. It becomes part of the toolkit, like you
Amen.
said.
yeah.
And it's a way of like
Yeah.
it's just great because it's it's like you said, magical. It's just there's like it's incredible. So
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like she is one of the better like lyric or song writers, especially from this time period.
just lyrically, I mean, we mentioned during the
Yeah.
listen through, I wouldn't try to put the ocean in a paper cup.
Go lay down.
I was just looking thinking of the line.
Go lay down.
I feel guilty that I was like, and it reminds me of Wayne's
No,
World.
the beauty of it is when something could be stupid and comedic and also just like totally different reading, profound. And just
Yeah,
makes
Yeah.
your heart just sting just a little bit. But like
Yeah.
the other part of this, in terms of like the sheer honesty of this track, too much is how I love you, too well is how I know it. Like,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
good. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's just like when she wants to open up and essentially just write a love song. It's never going to be
Yes,
uncomplicated.
Yeah. I like that they're not. She doesn't have a like straightforward love songs. Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Is he sleeping?
Dave. Okay.
It was too relaxing for him. It's understandable. I
no.
think maybe we need to move on.
So
No, I'm just
calming.
been just.
That's okay.
Resting my
No, just so lack on
Those
sleep the last couple
resting-
days.
It's okay.
sorry.
We got a new track to wake you up, Dave. Here's,
Yeah, go for it.
Here's 32 flavors.
I do apologize.
Squint your eyes and look closer. I'm not between you and your ambition. I am a poster girl with no poster. I am 32 flavors and then some. And I'm beyond your peripheral vision. So you might want to turn your head. Cause someday you are gonna get hungry and eat most of the words you just.
Love that.
Yeah. I will say for the younger listeners, I believe this is a reference to Baskin Robbins 32 flavors, right?
I'd say it's a good guess.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Used to be a big chain of ice cream shops around.
I
It
mean,
was cool.
they still
To be
exist
real
out here.
cool.
It was cool. I liked
Real
it.
cool.
It was great ice cream.
They've kind of rebranded as BR, and their ice cream now kind of sucks.
Yeah. They were in that Marvel movie, but no one cares.
I mean, I'll also say that like y'all Wisconsinites are incredibly spoiled on your ice cream. So
Well, yeah, we got
chocolate
Clovers,
chocolate
Love our milk.
Clovers all over
Milk
the place.
products.
yeah, you got like
bitch.
the best ice cream in the damn country. So you know
Yes.
there is that. If you're gonna get into 32,
Listen, Quick Trip has built half of its empire on milk products. Selling milk
Meh.
and ice cream. I swear to God,
I don't doubt that.
It's literally like half their income.
But so in this track though, the 32 flavors, she's referring to, I think you were kind of talking about in the previous track about being
Exactly.
so many different types, so many different flavors of Ani DeFranco.
yeah,
you
she's
know?
32 flavors and then some.
Yeah.
And then some. Yeah. And I like
And
that.
beyond.
I like that kind of sentiment, you know, it's because it's just like, listen, I am not simple. I'm not going to be put in a box. I am more
Yeah.
complicated than that. You know, I'm not going to fit in this music industry or whatever the way you want me to, you know.
Emphasized by how this is the most pop-esque or like, you know, popular music friendly available track that ends with a 2.5 minute drum jam.
Oh yeah, this is the one with the drum jam. Yeah, sorry I didn't get any of that, but yeah,
No,
there's a
it's only
nice
so much.
little drum jam at the end of this one,
And it goes on and on.
Yeah,
And I'm
I'm assuming
it.
it's like really great live.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
assuming there's a
6
really
minute drum
fun
jam.
one to see live because they can extend out
Man.
that.
Drum jams can last. Like, you've seen Zeppelin's Moby Dick. Come on.
There you go.
Yeah, dude, they get, you just keep going and going. Like, you know, those drummers, they like to get their little chance to shine in the show. Yeah.
Although in terms of 90s vibe, the back end of this track is so 90s drum circle. Somebody's having a bonfire.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
you know,
I will say, like, there is a part of me that's like, this is a little, you know, very much
not
90s.
great.
What?
It's very much not evergreen.
Yeah.
Like you can pinpoint exactly when
Yeah,
this
yeah.
totally.
There's like, you know, you and your like 311 homies, you know, are gonna go,
Hey, now.
you know, listen to this. But yeah, it's I appreciate that section though, because it definitely, you know, showcases some different sounds. It's like that world music thing that was a thing in the 90s, right?
Sure.
Like everyone had their kind of world music sections of songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a
Pan
very
flutes.
well-formed opinion on this world music thing, but
I think too was like festival wise. Sometimes you go to festivals and they would have like artists from other countries.
oh
and there was,
right,
like, that
yeah,
too.
that's true.
That's probably why it might have been incorporated.
Yeah,
I don't want to give
Yeah.
too much credit to the Grateful Dead, but you know, between
Yeah.
Paul Simon and Mickey Hart and the Grateful Dead, they had a lot to do with opening those doors, and you
Yeah.
know, it's just a good thing at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is like one of the most listened to tracks, breakout hit kind of thing. Great track. Also played at, I guess, I think I read baseball games somewhere. I don't know why.
I don't know.
This next
I
track
know that somebody
is-
covered it. I know there was some drama about that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, so there was like I think it was covered without permission.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
get
by
you-
somebody
it's-
in a different genre, like more pop
especially,
R&B or
especially if you
something.
record it and put it out. Like that's
Mhm.
you're gonna have some problems.
Yeah, I believe there was a bit of an issue that popped up with that one, but
Yeah.
of the various research things I got into in this last week, that was not one of them. So
You know what they weren't doing in that instance is asking too much.
they were not.
They weren't asking for anything. So here's asking too much.
I want somebody who can hold my interest, hold it and never let it go. Someone who can flatter me with a kiss, it's like a fist. Sentence that stops me like a brick wall. If you hear me talking, listen to what I'm not saying. If you hear me playing guitar, listen to what I'm not playing. And don't ask me to put words while the silences I know. Don't ask me to put words while the spaces between notes. In fact, if you have to ask for
God damn, there's so much going on in that.
In fact, if you have to
hidden.
ask, forget it. You'll
Yeah.
regret it. I'm tired of being the interested one. I'm tired of having fun for two. Just lay yourself on the line, and I might lay myself beside you. Don't sit behind your eyes and wait for me to surprise you. Oh my fucking God. So it's like this track is the one where she's like, okay, you know all the spoken word shit that I do? I'm going to just drop a huge spoken word poem in the middle of a song.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Deal
and then
with
by
it.
the way, I'm not going to leave it there. I'm going to bring it around to the fucking cap it off with this incredible, like, okay, now I'm fully back to singing ending. It's
Yeah.
so good.
And there's a lot of other audio like bits, like
Totally.
her spoken word bits where she's confirming or reacting to some of the things that she's singing, and yeah, it's man, there's a lot of like probably the most going on production wise in this section. You know,
It's so good.
yeah,
I love I want somebody who has a tortured soul. Some of the time, I want somebody who will either put out for me or put me out of my
Or put
misery,
me out of
Yeah.
my misery.
or maybe just put it all into all to words. And I
make
think
me
there's
go, hey, I never heard it put that way.
yeah,
yeah, and it's like one of those things exactly because I think it's like it definitely sums up sometimes what you want to be able to be with someone who has depth,
yeah,
and you want someone who will call you out on your shit, but then you also want someone who nurtures you some of the time, and it's just it's kind of nice to have it so bluntly put
yeah,
in a way that's very concise at the same time. So
yeah.
I want someone who's not afraid of me or anyone
Yeah.
else. In other words, I want someone who's not afraid of themselves. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
is she asking too much? It's like, and that's brutal, right? You're like,
yeah. And then
really
it's,
to
at the
ask
end of
for
the
real
day,
honesty in a relationship is
Yeah.
asking too much.
Yeah.
but it's
And it does
going back.
seem like that sometimes, especially with the dating culture of apps and stuff. Like there is really only a certain amount of raw honesty that you can put on your dating profile. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's I like this level of raw honesty that's being portrayed in the 90s. You know?
And it's like her going back to the 32 flavors and the 32 versions of herself.
Yeah.
Not even just the idea of dating apps, but just even on a human level, being with someone and then being only wanting parts of you and not all of you.
Yeah.
And being okay with certain aspects of your personality, but not others. And there's that kind of that feeling of wanting and striving for that partnership piece, but then also acknowledging that there's 32 pieces of me that maybe is too much. I'm like,
Yeah. There used to be someone from the old church in a bar that I used to go to had a good thing they would say about relationships, and that's that any one person is only going to be able to fit 90% tops of what you want in a person, and every now and again you'll see that 10% in someone, and you'll think that oh, that's maybe I can.
that's what I have instead of the 90s.
Yeah. Maybe I can capture that to get the full 100, but it's really then you just end up with the 10%. You know.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, it's one of those things that you cannot
hard.
demand perfection from anyone. Honestly, no
Human
one's
existence
Yeah.
is hard.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard decisions. It's hard life, no matter what.
So old early dating apps. I remember like it said like, "What are you looking for?" I just posted or copy and pasted the lyrics from Cake, short skirt, long jacket. And my goal was I was waiting for someone to like just comment on that alone.
Yeah.
Song.
I'm like, and nothing. I'm like, all right, we'll try something else.
I mean, the song is written like a dating profile. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
It's like this is the list of
so even
I
if
should-
it was
I
a
should-
love or hate, I just like wanted like
Yeah.
any sort of like a response to that. I thought it'd been hilarious.
Maybe I'll
like,
try
oh,
that.
you have a sense of humor.
Yeah, maybe I'll
Let's-
try that in my
what-
profile. See if the reference comes through.
Hey, give it a shot.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good song. I do love the lyrics.
It's a great
but-
song. Yeah, it is a
You
really
might
good
be
song.
better positioned timing wise than Dave was in terms of like app and dating culture. That like everyone's weary of this shit now.
Yeah. You can play with the format a little bit,
It's easier. It's always easier to play with the format.
But this next track we have for you guys is really, really fun one. The imagery is really great in this one. It's called This Bouquet.
Oh.
See the little songbird unable to make a sound. You never know, she follows her words from town to town. We both got gardens of songs, maybe it's okay that I am.
Yeah, this is a very Jewel
How's that picture this
sounding
bouquet?
sound.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jewel.
Yeah, I-
Forgot about Jewel.
Jewel will be just a little bit after this.
A little bit.
I know, but
Little bit.
like,
Although she was probably
she
cruising
probably
around San Diego in her
listened to a
van
little
at
bit
that
of
point.
this.
She's
at
probably
this
listening
point,
to this. Yeah, you're
In,
right.
in her VW van. Yeah.
Living in a van down by
That's
the
right.
river.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Down by the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will- Mike Foley or something? No, never mind. I was trying to think of-
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I do love the imagery of like the flowers being her songs, and she's gathering them all up, and I don't know, it's just such an incredibly like I don't know, because you always say your songs are your kids,
Yeah.
like people always
Yeah.
say like it's like choosing between your children or something.
And sometimes you're just disappointed in them.
Yeah, but
You're
not
always disappointed.
but not this one. Not,
always
not in this
disappointed.
track. You're not disappointed in your flowers.
That's right.
Indeed. This song definitely both kind of highlights that introvert side of Ani, which I think maybe we were just talking about on the listen through and not,
Yeah.
not earlier in the recording. But also, I think this might be, of all of the tracks on this particular album, the one that really feels like, is she talking to a lover or is she talking to the audience? It works either way really
It
beautifully.
really does.
And,
Right.
And she does that periodically on her albums
Yeah.
where it's like, this song reads pretty clearly like it's for you, the audience, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
like I'm going to take you along with me, or sometimes in this case, like I've made this for you.
I want
And
to
like,
tell you about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
Well, and like, and I do think that like, I have known people that are like this, where like they're an amazing, performer, songwriter person, but like are
Oh,
very
thank you.
shy, when they get off the stage,
Oh, I mean, that's like so common. I find like I've been
Yeah.
around a lot of performers and artists, and it's just there is like almost a dualistic nature to their personality a lot of the time
Yeah.
because you have to be so extroverted, and then when you're off camera or off stage, there's this deep like introversion
Need.
in them. Yeah, and I think sometimes it's because a lot of artists are observers
Yeah.
and that they observe the world around them and not necessarily participate in all aspects of life.
Yeah.
And then when they're performing, they're allowing themselves to be part of the world in a different way, kind of in a sense.
I
Yeah.
always think about it like everybody needs to be like the entirety of humanity needs to be like 50% and 50%.
Sorry. Humanality.
And it's like you,
Forced
but you always
introvert, forced extrovert,
exactly.
Yeah,
And like
centaur.
you have people that really just
like Hunger Games esque.
need to but it's really hard. It's really hard to reach that like part where you're like the
Equilibrium.
even.
Yeah.
Equilibrium's really hard, and that's kind of what you have to do. That's kind of where free choice comes into play, I think, is that like you have to find that part.
What
Yeah, I think the more that
You
we
have
do
to
this-
find where you're happy.
I think the longer we
You
do this
know?
podcast, though, the more of a philosopher John is becoming.
You know, like because it's
You know?
it's really tough. Like
Yeah.
because being human is tough.
Yeah. The
Absolutely.
human condition
have
is
the-
tough.
We have these.
I
we have
agree.
we have all these issues that we have to deal with all the
Yeah.
time, no matter what society you're living in.
Do we really
it's just-
hear the music?
I know. Right.
Are we the music?
Are we?
I
Are
don't
we
know.
the music? That's an interesting.
I've been trying to figure that out.
We are vibrations. You know,
On
we
God.
are all vibrations.
I got good
Um,
vibrations off this next track.
This next track is
Really?
Yeah, this one's this is a little darker. It's crime
This
for a
is
crime.
Brad, this is kind of like when you introduced
It's
Tiptoe,
fucked
like
up.
this is
It's
a
kinda
fun
fucked
one,
up, man.
and I did a double take. I was like, this is a fun one. This is a song about having to have an abortion. I've got good vibrations off of this song about like a fundamental
To be fair, I do
critique of
not
the
have
criminal
the track
justice
list in
system.
front
No,
of
I
me.
know that's fine. I appreciate you setting me up though. Here's crime for a crime.
Everyone needs to see that prisoner. They need to make it even easier by seeing me as a symbol, not a human being. That way they can.
All right, that was a banger.
This song
I mean, isn't that
is
what we
a
were just talking
fucking
about?
yeah. This song, like it's a song mostly about capital punishment. That was a big talking point in the '90s. I
sure.
remember.
Absolutely.
Just it was a debate among people like, should you be able to do it, should you not? And I think that I definitely come against capital punishment. I don't think it's
Eye
a
for an eye.
great thing. But it was really in the discussion though. So
It was in the
which is why she's
zeitgeist.
probably talking about it. But
Yeah.
I love that it's not just that though. It's also she gets into not necessarily prison abolition as much as like just pro prison reform type stuff. Just really addressing
there's always issues.
well
in prison.
It's
Like-
the 90s too, where that the prisons got filled more and more because of Clinton's policies or whatever.
Drug policies.
Well, like one of the things that people have alluded to is the fact that there's so much slave labor connected to the prison system,
Yeah,
and that there's so many people who are unjustifiably like sentenced with longer sentences
yeah,
for very minor issues, and a lot of them are disproportionately like
Yeah.
African American.
Yep.
So like that piece of there's more politics and policies in place
Oh,
to kind of
yeah,
create
every time.
this
yeah,
machine.
yeah.
And and like besides just the fact someone breaks law and they're in jail, so
Yeah,
Might I take this moment
yeah.
to say fuck Donald Trump?
Oh
And
yeah,
fuck
all right.
you,
You can say that on
Dollar
this
Store
podcast.
Nosferatu, Stephen Miller. Fuck you, you piece of shit.
Oh my God,
You
Stephen
are-
Miller, dude.
Motherfucking ass.
Absolute.
He is a
it's,
vampire.
it's one of those things like I don't know if you guys might not know this, but it's like as a Canadian, we have to be so mindful if we want to travel in the States at all right now.
Yeah,
just
no.
to have burner
Just don't.
phones because and that's where a lot of people, a lot of
just
Canadians
don't.
aren't going. En
No one,
masse.
no one
You shouldn't
ever connects the
boycott us,
dots to
please.
that.
Please boycott us as a
Most people.
Jewish passing as white within the current context in a mixed, ethnicity marriage with a Latina who is first generation.
Yeah.
Let us just say that being here in Los Angeles, which Trump and really Miller, because he's from Santa Monica, decided
wrote
to be
the
ground
playbook.
zero for this shit.
Yeah,
I am leaving aside anger, leaving aside fear.
yeah.
I am fastened onto the reality of the connection between the prison industrial complex.
Mhm.
Excuse me while I bring it home back to the song here,
yeah.
right? The criminalization, it is not a felony. It is not even a misdemeanor being in this country without having gone through the proper channels.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
interesting that you're putting a large population into a for-profit prison system where we have this odd loophole of the abolition of slavery that allows that population in particular to be utilized as slave labor.
100%.
So anyway,
God,
100%.
Yeah.
You have the
you're gonna
propaganda
crack the system.
Yeah.
of just like using the idea of fuck immigrants. Immigrants are the worst things. That's why your life sucks so much is immigrants.
Yeah.
And you're using them just to get them in there, like you said, and it's very
Immigrants
frustrating.
make our system stronger
Yeah.
every single time.
They make our system, period.
we are
It's
all
like you
immigrants in this country
immigrants
except for the indigenous
Mother
peoples.
of
Yeah.
Well, in the
And
past, Trump threatened like there'd be taco trucks in every corner. I'm like, why is that a threat? That sounds like the American. Like, that sounds
I thought Trump
amazing.
likes tacos.
Who wouldn't want a taco truck in every corner?
we talk about how he let a bunch of like white South Africans in.
Oh,
Under
we
the
don't
threat of
have. We
racism.
simply don't have time.
We simply
talk
don't have time,
about
and I think
that.
Danielle's got
But-
This is a different
another way in here.
podcast.
Sorry, what's
Right now,
Danielle?
it's like even like you
Sorry,
have
I'm done.
food rotting
Done.
in crops.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You have people coming in who
Yeah.
work just temporary workers that you utilize, and then they're not allowed in, and then food's rotting. You're not getting the food on your shelves
Oh,
like
yeah.
you normally would,
Oh, yeah.
and then it's Canada's fault for some reason, and we're supposed to be the 51st state.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Nebraska might be going bankrupt functionally because of that. Anyway,
Yeah, we'll put you on a
Yeah.
stamp.
Yeah.
yeah, we're still here trading crime for
I
crime.
mean,
It's really hitting the red states hard. I'll
the
tell you that
biggest
much.
States that say don't
Yeah.
fuck federal help. need
Yeah.
federal help. Anyways,
Red
what's the
states
next hit?
pretty quiet lately.
Welcome to this new
Anyway,
podcast
this
called
next track.
Hellscape.
What's the next hit?
This next track. Actually,
Wait,
this
hang
is
on.
very,
Let me just throw
this
the
is relevant.
final
Yeah.
Ani line from the previous track on
Sure.
this to put a button on it. Now we've
Yeah.
got all these complicated machines, so no one person ever has to have blood on their hands.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Fuck.
Anyway.
And that's just
So relevant.
Sorry, because it's so political. But it's like even okay, like let's just say cell phones, for example.
Yeah.
The mineral used in cell phones is mined in Africa. Those are not safe mines. You know how diamond
Yeah.
industry is like
Yeah.
demonized.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing, and everyone owns a cell phone.
Yeah.
And China.
You know, we can't get
Yeah.
away from it anymore.
Yeah.
We can't get away from like utilizing like slave labor because it's so.
But we're gonna
um,
make Apple iPhones in this country, and
We're
be
gonna
better
need
for
slave
it.
labor.
because that's why the prisons are there.
Yeah.
So,
Well, or small children, one of the two. It doesn't matter.
Right. They'll take either one. Yeah.
The little
Like lowering
hands
age.
for the circuit boards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
this
Brad,
next
this
track-
is, I think, the handoff you're looking for because
Right.
when faced with this kind of injustice, you need to take a stance of some sort.
Yeah. And this next track is about that kind of. Here's coming up.
I lower my eyes, wishing I could cry more and care less. Yes, it's true. I was trying to love someone again. I was caught bearing weight. But I love this city, this state, this country is too large. And who's ever in charge of there better take the elevator down and put more than change in our cup, or else we are coming up.
That fucking line is so good. Like, if they don't come down and put the change in a cup, then we're coming up. Like, this is the kind of like
coming
That's
revolution.
what trickle down is supposed to be, motherfucker.
Well, no, that's what she's saying. She's like, you guys never trickled down, so we're
It's
coming
trickle
up.
up
We're coming up to you
economics.
now.
Goddamn right.
Yeah. Really,
Y'all
really
don't-
strong.
I want to do what you said.
Yeah,
Then we're gonna beat you to what you said.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You chose the end of this track just for our listeners. I want to
That's right.
contextualize because the end of this track is absolutely the fucking right pull. Brad,
Yeah.
incidentally, fucking stellar work on your pulls for
Thank
this
you.
episode.
Thank you.
Once in a while, when I'm listening to this
Nice.
podcast in the car and it's an album I know, I'll be like, "What the fuck? Why did you do that?" So just for the
Yeah.
How
record,
dare you?
yeah. Sometimes there are albums where I'm like, I don't know what the relevant
be really
piece
hard.
is.
I like the drum track.
Yeah.
No, it can be really hard, and this album
Yeah.
has a lot of hard choices to make. But
Well,
but
this
you've made
one, I
ones
think that
stand
with
by.
this, she made it easy for me because like the lyrics resonated with certain lyrics really resonated with me. So I really picked lyrics that, I'm a big fan of revolutionary politics and truly fighting the system on a
Revolutionary Wars.
face-to-face
Mhm.
basis. And I think that she is really got a lot of that progressive revolutionary spirit in all of this.
And so I just want to throw the front of this track, because this is the second spoken word piece on the album, only much more heavily instrumentally supported. Our father, who art in a penthouse, sits in his 37th floor suite and swivels to gaze down at the city he made me in. He allows me to stand and solicit graffiti until he needs the land I stand on. In my darkened threshold, I'm pawing through my pockets the receipts, the bus schedules, the urgent napkin poems, the matchbook phone numbers, all of which laundering has rendered pulpy and strange, loose change and a key. Ask me. Go ahead and ask me. If I care, I've got the answer here. I've wrote it down somewhere. I just got to find it. Like, fuck. This is where she starts this track, and that's where she ends it. It is. She moves through being a woman on the street, but also being New York, being the buildings. You know, somebody came on too heavy with their spray paint. Look at me, made ugly by the drooling letters. I was better off alone. Ain't that the way it is? Like, it's fucking this incredible dynamic story that she is telling that is fundamentally opposition to, white patriarchal oppression.
Yeah.
But speaking to that, like the show Broad City, someone like in a podcast recently, they were like in, like Sex in the City or something, New York is a setting, whereas in Broad City, New York is a character in the show. Definitely. And it's like, and being in New York, there's an aliveness to it. It feels there's an energy to it that feels like it's alive.
I love Manhattan, and it is a living 100%. Being. It is more than a place. It was a site for indigenous people long before any Europeans set foot on this land, and that is not an accident. That place is very, very fucking special.
That's why we're attracted to spots like that. I swear to God.
Oh, I was just gonna say, what was I going to say about New York? I don't remember what I was going to say, but we do have a little bit more from this track.
Final taste.
Okay, we won't spend too much time on this, but when we were preparing for this, the Wikipedia page says that this next bit is a pre-gap track for the album, which would mean that it's before one of the tracks. Where you go to the track, you rewind from that track, and you hear it. But all of my research indicates it is actually a hidden track, which comes after the final track. So Wikipedia, whoever's in charge out there, the Andy Difranco Not a Pretty Girl wiki needs a little update.
I wonder if
you can update that.
Can I?
In theory,
I'm not a certified wiki guy yet.
Wikipedian.
Yeah.
You can it's peer reviewed, or someone else will review it. So if you put it in, they'll take it down if it's not legit. So
just like Facebook.
Discovered from this that the Ani DeFranco subreddit is members only or something. Because I wanted to post there and ask, am I losing my fucking mind, people? What happened to the outtakes?
Yeah. And so it's not on all the versions. It's not on the Spotify version. But the very, very end,
and I would swear it was on Spotify 4 months ago.
And it probably was. It probably was. But here is
shit changes.
The just a little bit of that she's doing like takes of Tiptoe, the second track. But here's that.
Tiptoeing through the used condoms strewn on the piers off the west side highway, sunset behind the skyline of Jersey, walking towards the water with a fetus holding court in my gut, my body hijacked, my tits swollen and sore. The river has more colors at sunset than my sock drawer ever dreamed of. I could wake up screaming sometimes, but
that is so unsettling to me.
That's what?
I find that incredibly unsettling.
So vulnerable.
Like it's just the nature, the darkness of her lyrics, and then it's like it feels like a stage production.
Yeah.
And someone comes in and it's like that, like the mask of laughter and crying, like the representation. And you can't tell if she in hysterics or is she laughing. And there's this uncomfortable discomfort for me when I listen to that. I'm like,
she starts laughing and then she starts drifting into laughter that is like uncontrolled and hard to tell. And
that's probably crossing her mind is the juxtaposition that is currently happening,
and thinking of even like madness setting in. There's like this like sentiment there,
Yeah.
and it's just like it to me. I find it distressing. I find it really uncomfortable. But I like
Interesting.
as like an artist using something like that and utilizing that. So
It's meant to be distressing. That's
Well,
my
I-
take.
exactly.
This is
So-
the last thing you hear on the album. Assuming that my every memory of listening to this
Yeah.
before whatever
Yeah.
happened is correct.
Yeah.
There's 3, I think, or maybe 2 other
Yeah, 3
outtakes
takes.
before it where she's fucking up.
Yeah, the first one she fucks up. The second one it's when she steps that she has
Yep.
she like she's not stepping like I don't know, I don't have the geography of it or whatever, but I think that she maybe stepped too far and like
It
hit
sounds
the
like she
mic
trips
or
basically,
something,
right?
like trips on the I'm assuming like she trips on the mic stand or stumbles on
Sound of
something. Yeah. So for me, I'm just imagining. For me, I'm just imagining it, and it seems like just a funny fuck up. But I get what you're saying though with the you can kind of take it in different ways.
Absolutely. And I can even like visualize someone miming to her voice and it having like this very like weird energy to it. Like
Yeah.
so I don't know.
Yeah. But that's a cool way to end the album though. If for the CD version, that's what you would hear at the end. We miss those hidden tracks.
Very much what we heard at the end. Back in the day, you
Times in
throw
the
this shit
90s,
on, you let
guys.
it run.
Yeah. Sometimes 10 minutes would go by, and all of a sudden another song's playing.
Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
Nevermind had like a 15 to 20 minute track between like the last
Yeah.
little bits on like the final track
Yeah.
of the album.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I know Blind Melon Soup had that the other thing where you had to rewind
the
from track
pre-gap.
1, the
Yeah,
pre-gap. Because that's why I'm positive it's not a pre-gap. Like, you don't have
pre-gaps
a
are
pre-gap,
usually the first track.
It's track 1, right?
Yeah. I think you can put a pre-gap in other places in the album, but
Technically, sure.
most of the time it's before the first track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but this is like you let it play out, and you don't have to let it play out that long.
This
it's
one doesn't make you really wait
maybe
for it. It's
15
only-
seconds or
yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. It's just long
the
enough
song
that you
fades
might
out.
have turned it off. You might have been like, okay, I'm done with this album.
Yeah.
But no, it's just it. But she didn't want you to miss it. It's very much part of it. Wraps the album, and not quite in your concept album beginning ending rap loop, right?
So that's what we got to get to now.
Yep,
to end
it's
the
time.
show. Yeah, we got to determine
gotta
how well
grade
does it land as a concept album.
How does it concept? Before y'all weigh in on this question,
Yeah.
let me just say that broadly speaking, Ani has these 3 themes. There is politics,
Yeah.
there is feminism, which is also
Yeah.
politics, there is relationships,
Right.
which are also politics. So really,
Everything is political. That's true.
yeah. So
We
I
have
just
a
wanted to
list.
set that up.
Yeah. So I guess what do you think though, as far as like how we normally grade things on the album concept hour?
I want to hear
we're
from you all
talking,
first.
What
So-
are the grades? About it?
So we got it's remember we got 1 to 5, right?
Yep.
This is
5 is
a
your S
conceptual
tier,
scale.
right?
Numbers.
5 is
What's
your
up?
S tier.
I'm thinking.
S
I'm
is
thinking
5.
Of 3.
S is 5, A is 4, B is 3, C is 2, D is 1.
I'm thinking a B. I'm thinking a solid B.
So like
Three.
3-ish.
Yeah, John's
So I
not
was-
there.
Not like 3.5.
I'm thinking of a minimum B, if not an A.
Yeah. So I mean, I will say, it is not a typical like standard concept album situation.
It's not broken down
there's-
as a story wise or
Yeah.
a theme, but
right.
yeah,
Clearly
I
not S
think-
tier in that
But there
respect.
is
there's
there
a
is
fluidity of this album
For
that
sure, for sure.
that tracks very well.
I think honestly, yeah, I think I'd echo you guys with the 3. 3 feels pretty right.
pretty solid.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Danielle, what are you
to
thinking?
go with Danielle first and then you end it?
I just feel like in terms of because of the nature of some of her work being maybe a little outside of the norm, I wouldn't use the scale. I would like just
Yeah.
I would, like keep it like I
Okay.
don't know, an
I
apple.
understand.
Give
Like
it an
something,
apple.
Interesting.
something-
Maybe it
Interesting.
exists outside. It's a whole nother
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apple
yeah.
for
Yeah, I
teacher.
feel like it's like almost bucking the system. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna buck the system at this moment, and I'm gonna give
Wow.
it an apple.
You can't give it an apple.
that's-
That's for educated guess. Another one of my
that's-
favorite Ani albums.
Oh
No, that's pretty amazing. It's right now. It is currently 3-point apple.
Yeah.
I'll make
All
sure
right.
to.
Yeah, we like
Let me
apple
ask you the
apple.
question. Does anyone remember where Miseducation landed?
Oh,
Lauryn Hill?
I feel like that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
pretty
Lauryn
high.
Hill.
We're gonna have to look
like we
that
would
up
have been
again.
fools to
Yeah,
not
I
push
don't
that
think-
really
I don't think
high.
I think that was.
wasn't-
I think I thought that was an
in
A.
the threes.
I want to say it was.
I thought it was in the threes.
I thought it was.
I want to say it was an A or an.
I think it was an
S.
A.
It's got to be an A or S.
But no,
it should
as
not.
rem-
It should, from my perspective, it should not be.
So
in
as
this
Brad
tier, but
looks
that's a
this up-
separate story. We're not rewriting history.
It reminded me of when you were mentioning just calling Apple. I've been watching a lot of Arrested Development and how maybe's old school, her report cards were all just like random objects,
Oh,
and it was
yeah,
all like
yeah,
like
yeah.
her grades. Like they're trying to figure out if she was a
Yes.
go getter, and like it was just the most random shit. As
Oh, because
sure
they had her in this
scales
weird
were.
alternative school. Yeah.
Yes, it was a
Yeah,
very
exactly.
alternative school.
That is exactly what I was going to
Damn it, Dave, I just blew myself.
Yep, solid A. We gave her. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So give
Yeah, yeah.
Miseducation a solid A. I feel like you might have overrated that, but we're not rewriting history here.
Yeah,
To me, this
I
album.
album-
misunderstood it.
that album
I don't think
just
so.
seems to go up as far
That
as
was-
critical
I mean,
ratings.
That was,
It's an
but-
amazing
that was
album.
pretty
To
solid.
be
Yeah.
clear, The
That's
Miseducation of
pretty
Lauryn Hill
solid.
is an absolutely amazing
Yeah,
album.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's very special. It fucking swept the Grammys.
Yeah,
It kind of
Yeah.
wrecked her maybe, but that's another story.
right.
The Grammy curse thing.
Yes.
yeah.
So leaving aside apples and oranges and or other outside of the box ratings for this album.
Right.
Not that I disagree, because I think that's like super valid.
Yeah.
So I want to take it kind of on its own terms of like concept album-y elements. One of which is, of course, the repeating element,
Mhm.
the callback, the structure. That clearly
Yeah.
tips it up a little bit, right? Beyond
Yeah.
just a theme album.
Mhm.
The New Yorkness of this album in particular, it is all very much in a place.
Right.
That for me tips it up a little bit. There's no way this is an S tier album, and honestly, I don't think it's even quite an A tier album. But I think it
Yeah.
approaches it. It's an upper
I think it's an
B
A
in
or
my
S
book.
tier album.
All right. Let's,
But
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
concept
give it a
thing.
B
It's
plus.
the- yeah.
The landing, the
So
concept. I
S tier
think
is
it's
like
yeah.
super.
Let's say baseline. It's a B. It's no
baseline,
lower than a B.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
okay,
that's
S
what I'm
tier
saying.
is
Let's give it a
most
B,
Pink
then.
Floyd, King Gizzard, and of course Operation
plus.
Mindcrime.
Operation
Everybody take a
Mindcrime,
shot.
of course. Yeah.
All
That's
well,
right
it
there.
should be after Operation.
It's
Mindcrime.
right
It was
there.
an operation.
Operation Mindcrime was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Certainly not the sequel. Anyway, so you hear where I'm going
Yeah.
with this is that I agree with the idea that it's a B tier album if you're going to talk about concept versus theme, because a lot of the strongly themed albums land in B. But for me,
Right.
I call it like a 3.75 or something.
Sure.
It's like up there in the B tier because it's like it's starting to approach true concept albumness. It just doesn't quite arrive there.
All right. Well, I think
Sounds
that
pretty good.
we'll put it at a solid 3.7 apple.
Yeah.
And
There
I think that's a fair rating
That
for
sounds good.
for this album. Yeah.
Very nice.
And I'm really so this gets me really excited though. We will do more Andy Difranco because was it Hades Town is the one that
Musical?
she did that became a musical, right?
Yeah, there's
That-
Hades Town.
Yeah, that's on our
and,
list,
but
but-
there's also like honestly, The Past Didn't Go Anywhere. Her collaboration with Utah Phillips. Get Jason Newberry on this podcast.
He
Do
would
The
have a
Past
lot of
Didn't Go
things to
Anywhere.
say.
Yeah. We'll definitely have to
I think that's
have-
the one artist he said he's seen almost the most times.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Jay
definitely
and I
get
have seen her a
Jason
similar number
Newberry.
of times, I think, and
Yeah.
he'd be great. Especially, he mentioned to me when he was like, "Curse you," he was like, "The Past Didn't Go Anywhere," and I was like, "That's actually a really good call. It's some totally
Yeah.
next level shit. Look it up, y'all. Look it
Right,
up.
right. Yeah.
because I kind of guarantee y'all you'll want to pick that one up eventually.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is an artist that I think that would reward me to look at the rest of the discography.
Deep dive.
Yeah.
Holy
yeah.
shit! Having there is one of the more recent albums that I had missed. So most of her more recent albums, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, these are fine. There's one of them that I
Yeah.
was like, this is lower on my list of Ani albums.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might have mentioned Ani when you asked me about my Desert Island 5. I should have. If I didn't, then I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me.
Check the tape.
Yeah, I got to go back. I meant
Oh,
other things I meant to do was review the animals episode, which I got to go check
Yeah.
the tape. But like she just keeps cranking it out, people. Like
Yeah.
amazing, absolutely. Like she just keeps producing amazing music. There's a
Yeah, that's how
whole-
you know she loves it. You know, that's how you
Out.
know the artists are still like they still care about the craft.
She got canceled. She came back. We're not even
Man,
gonna get
she
into
came
that
back from
tonight.
canceling? Shit.
She got canceled. Yeah, we're not even getting into that tonight. Go look it up.
All right, all right.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
glad
yeah.
I didn't look it up before the podcast.
Yeah, homework assignment.
When you realize what she got canceled for, you'll be like, "Oh, I see that." At the same time, I can exactly understand why this was like a bad use of cancellation and why people were a little bit too eager to cancel fucking everything and everyone.
Yeah, there was a few.
You get a cancel. You get a cancel.
Right.
You all
There
you all
was
cancel.
a weird cancellation response from like the other side where it's like, well, we got a couple of our guys, so like,
Yeah.
we're gonna get a couple of your guys.
Is that
Well,
a
and-
All
call?
of your
You know?
guys.
And I
Call
also think there's
response?
a
cancer response.
Anyway,
there's that
Yeah.
moment of reflection to go like, oh, you know what? We maybe leaned too hard into some people who like what they did was kind of trivial. We were being like way too like gatekeeping purity
Also
testing.
intent.
Yeah,
Also intent, like,
Yeah.
is a big thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a factor too. So
Yeah.
And then you're like, you know
definitely.
what? Because we were attacking our own in the meantime, these evil motherfuckers did all this fucking shit. God damn it.
yeah.
They continue to do the evil fucking
Every time.
shit.
Fucking wait.
But
Anyway.
hey, We
Stay
love you
strong out
guys.
there.
Yep.
Support your neighbors out there, guys.
that's right.
If you see someone trying to put your neighbor in a van, get in the way of that person.
Oh, that's nuts.
We love
It's
everybody
nuts.
here.
True.
Reality.
It's nuts that I have to say that. It's nuts
true.
that that's
But-
even a thing to say.
We're
In
gonna continue to say it.
2025,
Yeah.
you have to say that.
Yeah, you have to say, hey, if you see someone getting black bagged off the street, maybe say something.
Fuck's sake.
Don't
Yeah.
wanna do
Yeah.
that.
Anyway.
For the
We
record,
love
the beer I
everybody.
started this episode with is called Freedom Noise from 10 Mile Brewing. Because
Hell yeah.
I believe that there are true patriots, and they're the ones who are ready to stand up to this bullshit. And hell
Yeah.
yeah, Ani DeFranco, true patriot.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah. Keep standing up. Keep standing up for that shit, dude. And thank you guys for being on the podcast. We really appreciate you guys being on again.
Absolutely.
And it's always a blast talking to you guys about music. And
Great
thank you guys
time.
for tuning in out there in YouTube land and future podcasts. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. And we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Bye.
The album concept hour is Brad LeBaron, Dave Gallagher, and John Aker. Special thanks to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard for the theme music. Join the discussion on our Discord. Or for everything else, go to linktree/Flyover State Park. See you on Side B. This is Flyover State Park. You are clear to land.